DFZRadio.com.
The cannabis portion of this show is designed as entertainment only for legal medicinal cannabis patients over 21 years of age and is not meant to encourage any other activity or use. Yeah, dick.
Talking about the Htgs show. Knowing someone better than your show. Everybody knowing this whole show. Yeah. Talking about the Htgs show.
This is fantastic.
What is? Welcome to Htgs Grow Show on DFZ Radio, Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock or thereabout. I want to give a big shout out to the sound guy, really knocking it out of the park with those antiquated sound effects. Fuck the sound guy. Did we ever make those shirts? We have the More Trees Less Assholes t-shirts, but we need the hashtag fuck the sound guy.
I agree.
Bring that one right back.
Like, fuck him in a good or a bad way?
Well, like, fuck that guy, dog. Fuck that sound guy, homie.
Like, fuck the new Duff Man.
I ate your homie. Fuck you, sound guy.
Shit. I don't know who you're referring to as the new Duff Man, bro.
Hey, we're not starting this off tonight, girls, okay? Why don't you just both take a Valium, and if anyone needs to change their tampons during the middle of the show, you go right ahead and go change them and come back with a fresh attitude. Anyways, Htgs Grow Show. Last week, our grow grand prize question was, who would have won a grow off between Jiggity Jerome and Horty Chris? And both of them left before we had the final answer because neither one of their egos can handle losing to each other.
Oh, I already knew I was going to win. He had his homies call in and vote for him because they know he don't grow anyway.
I don't have any homies.
It was a tie.
Yeah, it's okay. I heard the end.
And then there was I thought you didn't hear. I thought you didn't hear.
I just did it to do a smart ass little provoking here.
I thought you didn't hear.
Motherfuckers calling me the Dr. Dove, motherfucker.
Why don't you calm down while you smoke your backwood? So this is the show that you get hooked up for Talk and Grow. And yes, Jerome and Chris are here to help you out. I am as well, Heavy T. We also have a couple guests coming into studio. We have Chris from WebJoint. It's an all-in-one cannabis retail software solution. What? You want to grow and you want to sell shit? Well, you need to fucking have this software solution right here on Htgs Grow Show. We also have Uncimo back in the house. He's got a, I think he's going to drop some type of, what is it? Some type of information tonight that is exclusive. Well, I hope he does, but
I hope he spits some bars.
No,
yeah, come on.
I never got to ask him, why does he have a bad knee? Because he's a 6-year-old rapper with a bad knee. What?
Don't you have a bad knee?
I got a bad everything because I'm a bad motherfucker.
I got 2 bad knees.
He do a flying knee to the dome. He just fucked up too many people doing that shit.
Could be. Anyway.
Maybe he was doing the stanky leg too hard and just blew his knee out. Got to stretch before you do the stanky leg,
He was doing the shoot challenge way too often.
Oh, yep. All right, 562-653-0707. Horty Chris, how you doing tonight?
I'm good.
All right, you didn't come here to have more shenanigans with Jiggity, right?
Who's that?
And that horse is so dead. Let's not beat that one to death. And look, as equipment falls apart here at Numbskull Studios.
There you go, Jiggity.
But what's up, Horty? You have some breaking news.
Yes. I have some breaking news.
He's pregnant.
That's right. I told your girl to stop sticking her tongue on the end of it when I was jujuing. Backed up in me, now I'm pregnant.
Skeet. All right, Mr.
The
Newsbreaker.
breaking news. We all know of what azadirachtin is, right? It's the active ingredient in neem oil that repels pests.
It's a refined version of neem oil, right?
Right, well, it's azadirachtin is the it's the actual chemical in the neem oil.
Okay.
So like they cold press, and like I think 40% of the oil from a neem seed or whatever, or neem seed
So it's
oil.
concentrated neem oil?
Neem seed pressed, when they press the seed, that's where the azadirachtin is in the seed.
Okay.
So they press it and they get like 40% of it. It's like a 40% out of there. So
How you know this?
I did a little bit of research because we were going to talk about it on the show.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, really?
So
Awesome. Most azadirachtin products contain 1.2%, except azisol contains 5%.
yeah, I wasn't talking about how much was contained in the product that you buy at the store. I was saying that when they press the seed,
Right.
it's about 40%
what's
of
the
what
news on
comes
this
out of it is
azadirachtin, dude?
azadirachtin.
I wanna
Well,
get to the
I was
point.
telling you it, but then you had to interrupt me. over
I
there.
know, because I'm anxious
Like-
as
like
fuck.
Dr.
Tell
Duff
me.
does.
We all know
So-
what azadirachtin is now. Tell us
Don't
news.
make me turn off both your mics again.
People in India and other places sometimes consume neem oil for the azadirachtin, basically, and they use it for health benefits. But
They use it as toothpaste. Maybe that's
and
why
they do find also that some people, when they take high doses of it, they have these symptoms like nausea, diarrhea. It can even damage organs, right? So over time, with around 2004, we had them say that there was this new thing called cannabis hypermesis syndrome, CHS.
Is that where you scrum it?
Yeah, that's where people get nausea, fatigue, intermittent vomiting, diarrhea, all these things, and they were linking it to cannabis consumption.
Scromming and screaming and vomiting simultaneously.
Saying that people were using that were getting it from using cannabis. So they deemed it as like this syndrome that would come from cannabis, and we all know that cannabis basically is side effect free for the most part, besides like munchies and maybe tired or.
Man, this cures anything bad.
Anyway, so there was a bunch of discussion about this new CHS, and they've recently linked it to being the same exact symptoms people get from consuming azadirachtin. So they have somehow, allegedly, apparently, said that people spraying azadirachtin on their plants, and or because cannabis will pull things from the soil. That if you use it as a soil drench, it's being sucked into the plant tissue by the actual root zone, and it's in the tissue. And then people dry it, smoke it, make concentrates of it, and they're consuming like high levels of it because it's becoming
Systemic.
concentrated inside of the plants, basically. So they were saying that it was just because cannabis is, if people are heavy users now because it's legal and whatnot,
Now?
and blah blah blah. Yeah, they were making excuses for why this was happening to people, and it's now been linked to azadirachtin. So I'm here to tell you, Pro Farmers Alliance, Probiotic Farmers Alliance.
Speaking of which, do you have my Ultimate Grow fails ready from the last week still? Saint? Okay, well, we'll make that happen at the break.
and all you hippies out there saying that you use neem as a preventative, you may want to stop using neem products.
Yeah, well, neem oil, per se, they're talking about the concentrate, right? In high doses.
No, they're talking about neem oil in general, just using it, especially in the root zone because the plant's absorbing it. So all the
Neem seed.
the cannabis that people are consuming that have this CHS has also tested positive for having azadirachtin.
Are you sure that Monsanto just doesn't want us to use more cannabis Roundup? That's a new product they have.
I'm not sure what the fuck anybody wants anybody to do anymore. This whole world is upside down and backwards.
I know.
Here you go. It's your turn, player.
It is crazy fucking world we live in. But thanks for the breaking news, Horty Chris. We may be switching to other horticultural oils, so stay tuned as we debut new and exciting ways to make sure that mites and other things don't fuck you up. All right, 562-653-0707. Jiggity, since you just went through a big harvest over at your facility, let's talk to our man Jim in Ohio. He wants to ask you about flushing. What's going on, Jimmy?
Hello.
Hey, you're on.
Hey.
Hey, what's happening? I've been reading on the internet about flushing, and I guess I've been doing it wrong all this time. I stopped my feeding after about 6 weeks, after the 6th week, and I do nothing but water for the rest of the time till harvest.
You in soil?
Yes, I'm in soil.
Okay, go ahead.
So is that the correct way to flush? Just plain water for the last 2 weeks of your grow, or how else do you do it?
Do you have an 8-week cycle?
Yeah, but well, what I read on the internet was that you stop feeding after 6 weeks. So it says pay no attention to what the feeding schedules tell you. Just go with plain water.
Well, then, so wait, you've been using just plain water the last 2 weeks of an 8-week cycle in soil, and then you read that was wrong. What did the internet tell you to do?
I had a friend that told me that was wrong. He said,
Guess what? Guess what about his friend? Well,
Your buddy don't know shit.
No. Let's talk about. Well, what did your buddy say that you should be doing?
He said I should be feeding right up until, giving nutrients right up until harvest.
Are you using organic nutrients?
It's a line of nutrient. Yeah, I guess it's I don't know if it's organic or not.
Okay, what nutrients are you using?
It's the Emerald Harvest.
I don't think that's organic.
Yeah, that's not organic.
Flushing in soil, hybrid system with Emerald Harvest, similar to what Advanced is.
With the Emerald Harvest stuff, they have a product, the Honeychrome.
Honeychrome, dog.
You can actually use that during your flush. That's pretty much what I would recommend, especially the last maybe 7 to 10 days. But you got to think in an 8-week cycle, by the time you're in your 5th week of flower, you're already peaking at your highest EC level. Now, as soon as you get to the end of your 7th week, you should gradually start stepping down the nutrients as well. Good rule of thumb is, whatever your EC is, 75% of that is always a good rule of thumb going into the last week of food. And I would give it at least a week of flushing. Now,
so you say on an 8-week cycle, feed it all the way to 7 weeks and then just flush the last 7 days?
I would say at least the last 7 days. Now, as you
start
start
it would have to be just the last 7 days on an 8-week cycle.
Right.
Well, depending on the health of the plant, you may have a genetic, and a lot of people out there buy seeds, and they'll tell you how many days it flowers. And a lot of people that haven't had a lot of experience with growing don't know how to read plants as well.
They'll pull them early.
Now, if your plant's not in perfect health, it's it may had a little bit of a stumble, with a pest attack or disease, whatever it may be, that may prolong the development
You listened
of
to your
that
buddy
plant.
and fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is unless you have a perfect dialed environment, those timing periods are meant for professional growers. And if you have a good climate and everything's perfect, yeah. But at the same time is if you're going through and something, you're kind of jerry-rigging shit, you had a couple of days of 120-degree heat, kind of stressed out the plants, you may need to go
let
a
them
little bit
wilt
longer.
because you were too drunk to go water after your radio show.
And also another thing too is it depends on how heavy you're feeding them throughout your feeding. If you're feeding them really light and they're not like hitting the peak of what they can take or being over fertilized, you may not need to flush for an entire 2 weeks. Also depends on like how fast your plants are growing, and on top of that as well, if you wanted to only have to flush, say, 7 days or so, you could use a flushing agent that will encapsulate the nutrients, salts that you've been adding to the soil and help pull them out so that you can flush quicker. But if you're just going to go with just straight water, then 2 weeks is probably about what you want to do, because I'd rather overflush than underflush.
So what about any kind of nutrients at all for that?
So listen, you are
Well, no, you just
he's
water.
in soil. The soil is going to have some nutrient built up into it, and we'll release it back to it.
Right.
Let's talk about the idea of flushing. The idea of flushing is to accelerate the ripening of the plant, of the flower at the end, deprive it of nutrients so it believes that it's dying. And as it dies, it will harden off and fully ripen to keep its flowers, its sexual organs, its reproductive organs alive as long as possible. So you're effectively controlling the death of the plant and trying to stimulate where it's going to shoot out more trikes, going to shoot out all of the sugar, all the esters, all the terpenes that it can muster, because all of those things are protectants for flowers. Think of like trikes are basically sunscreen for your flowers. Right? So it's going to put as whatever it has built up into the flowers, the reproductive organs, as it lets the foliage and the rest of the plant die, eventually leading to the death of the entire plant. Horty Chris, I think, talked about it a little bit about ramping down your nutrient, or maybe Jerome did. And that's true as well. As a plant is going towards ripening naturally towards the 8th week, it doesn't need as much nutrient either. So even if you want to feed all the way up into the end, which some people do, it's a school of thought but you're going to feed less and you're going to use less CO2 because the plant is slowing down all of its processes. Emerald Harvest has a good nutrient line, but it costs money. So you best not be putting in full nutrient strength to that thing because you're just pissing away your money, right? Let's grow smarter and, keep a little bit of cash in our pockets as well. So, but the plant and in soil, like I said, it will build up nutrient. If you are going to reuse your soil or your grow medium, if it's a cocoa or something, you absolutely need to flush. Don't feed all the way to the end because those things that you're putting in are going to start building up to toxic levels because the plant's not using them as much. Okay, so if you have a thought of reusing your grow medium, you definitely need to flush. And I would stick away from a flushing solution like a Clear-X or a Fluoroclean.
Use your honeycomb at 1 to 2 mils per gallon. I've used that before in the past. It's fine. You could use it at the flush time. It's like people using molasses or sugars or whatever it may be.
Right, and putting a little bit of something into the water makes the water able to pull the salts out better than just plain like RO water.
And sugar is taken up into the vascular system like water is, so it's actually in the plant tissue. So, I mean, you dip a strawberry in sugar, it tastes sweeter, right? That you're putting sugar into the plant tissue and it's more weight as well.
Are you using bacterias and teas?
I use the Mammoth Tea.
Okay, so you have different bacterias, and they need different sources of carbohydrates to develop and multiply as well.
I put molasses in there for them.
Okay.
But do you use the complete Emerald Harvest line?
Right.
Because if you're adding molasses, but you're using all of their products, they may also have a carbohydrate in there, right, Jerome?
Oh yeah,
that's what I thought the honeycomb was.
Yeah, so you're doubling
kelp,
up.
Kelp,
but what I'm saying
molasses.
is, if they have any carbohydrates, whether they're from molasses, glucose, sucrose, whatever, if they're using carbohydrates and you're also adding molasses, you're doing like a double dose. You see what I'm saying? So maybe stick with one or the other. And I probably wouldn't worry with adding the molasses because that shit can build up in your soil and make it like candy down there and attract fungus gnats and stuff like that. And the honeycomb is going to be a more processed and more readily available to the plant and probably has other things in it as well. So use one or the other, but I'd probably just stick with the honeycomb.
I'll give you one more, Jim, before we move on. And I'll let you get your last point in too, Jerome. Just keep it on the tip of your tongue.
I'm going to try
I know you are. I'm smoking this backwood. Disgusting. It is true that people will tell you, hey, the nutrients are in the plant already. You really can't flush them out. That's true. It's not the nutrient as you think of it in your bottle or in your bag, whatever it is. The way the plant takes it in is through ions. It breaks it down into a molecular level and takes it in. So what is in there isn't actually what you're putting into the soil necessarily, okay? Super mobile nutrient parts like nitrogen and stuff that go through the plant quickly, it is a good thought to discontinue those completely because I have seen where people consider those plants to be a little bit more harsh. And that's where I've seen people get that flaming meteorite crack-a-lacking in your bowl where it's like, damn, that shit just popped. Was that a seed? No, that was just, some Super Thrive that I used at the end. Why the fuck you using Super Thrive?
That was just some heavy phosphorus.
Okay, but people will tell you the nutrients are in that bud, and there's certain ones that you're not going to get out. It's from the growth process, and that's true, right? But it's not the same thing that you think of when you think of like a salt or an organic. That's what I was trying to get at, is the plant takes in a phosphorus ion the same way, whether it's derived from bat guano or whether it's derived from rock phosphate. Okay, so what it's using is in there. So if you were using organics up into the end, it shouldn't be any more smoother than if you were using salts up into the end.
Well, where I was going with this too is he was mentioning with the don't use the molasses and that. If you're going to use multiple different carbohydrate products like that, and a lot of them don't really raise your EC level very much, but I'm a firm believer if you're using different types of bacterias, I consider them just like people. I'm not going to be able to eat the same thing, but giving them different food sources to try and pull from is also going to help colonize those bacteria to work to break down nutrients that are there in the soil at the end. So if you're only using, let's say, a tea or the honeycomb with a little bit of molasses and trying to flush the plant down, all those bacteria are also trying to break down whatever's left into the soil so that the plant can get whatever it needs from it without having to give it food, because there is food there. But the organics will work for you. Not only will they break down food so that the plant can uptake it, but it'll also help deter different types of pests. So if you're using different types of teas and different bacterias, one thing I would recommend is adding nematodes at least once a week, or doing some type of beneficial tea, so that this way you can create some type of rhizosphere so that it deters any type of larvae from, whether it be a thrip or a fungus gnat, to even be able to colonize in your media to begin with. So, use little doses. With the honeycomb, go 1 mil. Maybe with the molasses, go 1 mil. If you're doing 5 before, you don't necessarily need to go crazy, but giving it a little bit of each isn't going to necessarily hurt it. When you're using organics and you're not necessarily worrying about the EC so much, stuff like that isn't going to be detrimental to the plant at all.
One thing you couldn't overdo with the sugars is if you overdo it, you kind of clog the root system and it builds up and it starts decomposing and it attracts nasty bacteria, or more prevalent, fungus gnats like a motherfucker. If you overuse sugar, you will get fungus gnats.
Well, one thing is not overwatering your media.
That's true.
Letting it dry out is critical. Giving them a moist environment is what they want. Now, another thing I would recommend is you need to break down all this sugar that's built up on the root surface over time from the plant producing its own sugars to colonize the bacteria as well. Something with cellulase, any type of beneficial enzyme. I personally have been using the Snoop's Premium Hyzyme at anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 mils, and the way I step that is veg 2 mils, bloom 3 mils. Last week when I'm flushing, I'll push it up to 4 mils.
Let me ask you, how do you like that compared to your other enzymes that you've used? I've tried it out, and I was the free leader guy that was mixing it with some Hygrozyme and SLF that I had because I was just running out through the entire grow. But you use it from start to finish. How was it?
Well, I specifically look for products that contain cellulase. It contains 1%, at least it states on the bottle. Other products that are similar are like Cana has, Canazyme at 1% as well, but their dilution ratios are anywhere from 5-10. I've taken that up to 20 mils per gallon. So you could see the cost effectiveness of using 2, 3, 4 mils. Other products out there that are enzymes sometimes don't state the cellulase. You want to make sure you see the cellulase breaks down the cellulose that the roots are going to secrete over time. And it'll actually clog up the roots from being able to absorb anything that the plant needs over time as well. So, depending on what you're using it for, like Hygrozyme doesn't state that there's cellulase. It is a digestive enzyme, but do yourself a favor. Get an apple, slice out a bunch of wedges equal, dilute whatever enzyme you have to whatever ratio it is, put
Not
the
around
apple
you,
in there.
especially when you need snacks. You're going to eat my apple.
Well, you want to see something that's
Like,
going to
an
break
apple,
down those
ooh.
sugars and dissolve that apple. And a good digestive enzyme will do that. So the proof's in the pudding. Grab your enzyme and do it. I've done it with the Snoop's Premium. I've done it with all these different products from Ecozyme, Biocozyme, SLF. I don't care what it is. You name it, I've used it. And, you have to buy products that are utilized in a very specific focus. We're trying to break down dead root matter. You want something that is a digestive enzyme. That is what it is.
All right, Jim.
Go
did you-
get the
did you
Snoop's
all
Premium.
that?
It's just cost effective in my opinion. Use very little. It's actually more cost effective than most of those.
I think it retails for like $30. Something
Dude,
ridiculously
Hygrozyme's
cheap.
over $100 a gallon. You get another product like Canazyme's over $120 for a 5 liter. You got a product that a little bit goes a long way. It's a great product.
Hey, way to get the phone there, Marcos Pollo. Jim, I'm sending you, hey, fuck all that Emerald Harvest. Let's get you some Mission Fertilizer. Really go organic, completely organic. Mission Fertilizer, the full line going out to you. I'm also going to send you some Smart Pots and a Heavy Tea swag bag. Jim, I appreciate you calling in, man. You keep growing on. Let us know. Let
Thanks
your friends
a lot.
know.
You too,
Heavy
man.
Tea hooks it up. Smoke weed every day. Grow weed every day. Hey, guys, August 25th. I don't know if the deadline to enter has happened, but I think it's still going down. Wait, today is the last day to enter, guys. You want to go to a Dodgers game with Horty Chris and Jiggity Jerome and see this in real life?
I'm not going if he's going.
I know I do. I just want to see Jiggity Jerome get kicked out of Dodger Stadium for smoking weed. You know what's happening.
I'll do it at the end of the game.
No, there is no smoking weed at Dodger Stadium with Heavy T. There's no smoking weed at Dodger Stadium,
the
period.
shit out of it, though.
There's no vape pending with Heavy T at Dodger Stadium either.
Yeah,
And the party bus on the way there and the way home, though, we be fucking smoking it. All right, Dodger SoCal growers. Tonight's the night, the last night to enter. It's the Skybox Sweepstakes. Excuse me, I lost my... Got a little saliva in there. This is the Backwood, presented by Miller Soil, co-sponsored by DFZ Radio and Honor the Plant. Because growers need a day off, too. You can win one of 20 tickets to the LA Dodger versus San Diego Padre game on August 25th this year. That's only a couple weeks away, like 10 days away. Today is the last day to enter. Enjoy access to a private skybox and hang out with fellow growers, including some of Southern California's top professional growers. All winners will receive a swag bag, free booze or drinks, and food. Enter to win by clicking on the link at DFC Radio bio. Make sure to give some love to the co-sponsors and follow at Miller Soils LLC and at Honor the Plant. Maybe we could give someone... let me see. We may have one to give away as a grand prize. Maybe tonight. You got to be in SoCal. Want to go to the Dodger game with us? Chill in the skybox? I think we could do it. Look, the phone lines are blowing up. Let's let Mark take those. Come back with some Uncimo and Chris from Web Joint. More grow information, more getting hooked up. It's Heavy T's Grow Show on the one and only DFZRadio.com.
Hold up, bitch. God damn it. Get out of my motherfucking face. Slum down. Yeah, she said, what you doing, where you going? Girl, I'm doing me. I've been out here chasing money, I ain't worried about a thing. I'm on a whole different game plan, moving like a pimp. I make a hole, hit the rain dance. Dollars make a strip, ayy, ballin' like a bitch, ayy, super fucking lit. Roll a blunt and spark it up and get a cup and fill the shit. I need a bag with the cash, 100 meter dash to the money. Gotta go get it, cause these niggas ain't finna get it for me, you dig? Niggas talk, I don't hear it. Bitches talk, I don't hear it. My main focus is my chips, yeah. I said I'm walking like a man. Hand on my grams, other hand cognac. I'm already going in, but I'm like, wait, hold up, wait, let me roll up, wait, hold up, wait, let me roll up, wait, hold up, wait, let me roll up, wait, hold up, let me talk to him. On my mama, stuck in this designer. I'ma have to go and leave her, cause my bitch up in Atlanta. Louis to the left, Armani in the sauna. It's panoramic, how my fucking niggas causing problems. If you gotta get it, got me turning churches out of chicken. Okay, pilot got me probably piling up all this pimping. So don't tell me this now, won't feel her lips now. Gon' give me kiss now, wait, hold up. Where your lips been? Tell me where you going, cause you know when I just stepped in, stumbled and we go again. Sucking on my lower limbs, sacking and we pack them, so you know we got them flowing in. Wait, hold up, wait, let me roll up. Wait, hold up, wait, let me roll up. Wait, hold up, wait, let me roll up. Wait, hold up. I got that, okay though. That shit that when you hit, you get the Holy Ghost. My bitch got niggas and they feeling like they Romeo. They asking about me, she replying like we only close. Bitch, while you be lying, we be fucking and you know he know. I don't know when they asking about the mother bitches. I don't know when she asking, are you coming, daddy? I don't show. When she ask me, can I roll a fatty? I don't know. I just gotta tell her why. Hold up. I tell her why. Hold up. Yeah, I gotta tell her why, hold up, I tell her why, hold up, yeah, I gotta tell her, wait, hold up, wait, let me roll up, wait, hold up, wait, let me roll up, wait, hold up, wait, let me roll up, wait, hold up, shout it, you can bring a friend, let's get naughty, bring a couple more and it's a party. Yeah, we can roll it up and sip Bacardi, ayy, shout it. You can bring a friend, let's get naughty. Bring a couple more and it's a party. Yeah, we can roll it up and sip Bacardi,
DFCRadio.com.
Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiall 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the VermiBat Guano Fertilizer and the VermiBlood Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's vermicrop.com.
Dilly Heavy T Grow Show. But dilly.
Dr. Duffman here. Wanted to talk to you about what I wish I had in my garden. And that, my friends, is a Nanolux double-ended fixture, which is leading the industry as I speak in double-ended technology. I will no longer need 10 150-watt lights to cover my 5x5 area. With just one double-ended fixture from Nanolux, I can cover that area. Also, no more need for that pesky Richter timer of mine that goes off at all kinds of random hours. With Nanolux's fixture, it comes NCCS ready, meaning I can control it on my computer. So if you're like me and your lighting situation sucks, then upgrade to Nanolux's double-ended fixtures today, and don't be a duff man. For more information on Nanolux, check them out at nanoluxtech.com. That's NANOLUXTECH.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bringing the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor in fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
You are listening to the Heavy Tea Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707, for your chance to talk to Heavy Tea, Horty Chris, or Dr. Duffman. Killing it.
Yo, Kelly, pass me that blunt. You feel me? Mm-hmm.
DFCRadio.com.
She said she don't want them if they own her. She only want the nigga that don't want her. And nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear, telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty. In the worst way. You thirsty. In the worst way, nigga, you thirsty. In the worst way. You be telling her the same shit she heard. Yeah. If you send your bitch my direction, I bet I won't give her no attention, no affection. Same old questions, nigga, you thirsty. Your mind on the pussy, in my mind where a purse be busy. Boy, I make the shit look easy. She know I don't want her for that very fact she need me. I'm easy, but I grew up on the west. They hear me loud and clear, that's why this ear up on my chest. Honey gang running things, know that. That's why that bitch catch me where the dough at. And you can say that pussy girl, you know that shit throw back. And if it ain't, I still don't give a fuck. You can hold that. Easy. She said she don't want them if they own her. She only want that nigga that don't want her. And nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear, telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty. In the worst way. You thirsty. In the worst way, nigga, you thirsty. In the worst way. You be telling her the same patience. I don't really like waiting. Nah, kinda wanna taste it. Oh, girl, let me taste it. Oh, I don't like waiting. So, girl, I ain't waiting at all. Make sure you take it. Make sure you take it. Oh, I work, I lay that pipe, you gon' get it. Bosco, 100 strokes to the bitches. I ain't with the bullshit, bitch, I'm with the business. Every time I fuck, make sure you put that ass in it.
She said she don't want them if they own her. She only want the nigga that don't want her. And nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear, telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty. In the worst way, you thirsty. In the worst way, nigga, you thirsty. In the worst way, you be telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, what she wants don't require a question. What she needs is some direction. So I told her to go ahead and take her clothes off. And with no question, she did it, cause I'm a real one. She said to me, she said she don't want them if they own her. She only want the nigga that don't want her. Nigga, you thirsty. You be all up in the ear. Yeah, the same shit she heard. Oh yeah, you thirsty. In the worst way, you thirsty. In the worst way, nigga, you thirsty. In the worst way, you be telling her the same shit she heard. Oh yeah.
It's your boy Ronnie. I'm just doing it the way you're supposed to. That's all. What's up with it? What's up with it? Are you with it? Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go live it. What's up with it? What's up with it? Trick you with it? I just live it. I just get it. I just spit it. What's up with it? What's up with it? Bitch, I'm with it. If you want it, if you need it, I can get it. What's up with it? What's up with it? Girl, you with it? If you want it, if you need it, come and get it. Catch me in my own lane, downshift scorching it. Levi 508s forever, I be sporting it. Suckers keep distorting it, got the game twisted. Grown man shit, keep the gravy on your biscuit. Partner risk it, if the cash is proper. My baby mama in my ear, nothing stop her. Don't get me wrong, one time I loved her crazy. But she crazy and she driving me crazy. My hustle pays me, don't get that shit confused. You the pooper type of dude, trying to build these larger shoes. This be real rap, California represent. Rolling Brusso been a factor, now that's evident. What's up with it? What's up with it? Are you with it? Let's go get it, let's go get it, let's go live it. What's up with it? What's up with it? Trick you with it? I just live it, I just get it, I just spit it. What's up with it? What's up with it? Bitch, I'm with it. If you want it, if you need it, I can get it. What's up with it? What's up with it? Girl, you with it? If you want it, if you need it, come and get it. Hey, holler if you feel me though. All these thoughts on my mental. All these politics are jokes. My pop said I spoke too much dope. I thought you leaned over hope many moons ago, but I ain't even tripping, bro. Like that dro, come on, let's go.
Headset's on. Hey, what up? I guess we're on the air. Check it out. It's getting lit up in here. I got a 60-year-old rapper with a bad knee next to me. I never asked you, Unc. Whatever happened? How did you get a bad knee?
Oh, playing ball and shit. You know, when you're younger, you ride horses, fall off the horse, fuck shit up. Yeah, all kind of shit. Fell off a motorcycle. Yeah, all kind of dumb shit.
Ride horses and shit. Not in here. Maybe in Louisiana, huh? Yep.
Yeah, I was living in New Orleans.
All right. Well, hopefully we get some stem cells
alligators.
for that.
That was a hobby. You never mess with the big ones. You always start off with the little ones when you're learning. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Same with women.
Yeah, start off with the nice small ones, then work your way up to the bigger ones.
It's Heavy T's Grow Show. We're here on DFZRadio.com. The phone number is 562-653-0707. We got your headset right here, Uncle.
See how they got to help the old folks out.
I know. I got you. Yeah, that's why you sit on this side away from that guy. This guy is going to be the person abusing old people in homes later on.
I gave him a ride and he still abused me.
Yeah. Before we break it down with Unc and who else do we have? We have Chris in studio. Chris from WebJoint. What's up, Chris?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. We're going to break down what WebJoint is and what you do, Chris. But First, we got to talk grow because that's how we do it. People have been holding for quite a while. We have Ryan in Newport. What's going on, Ryan?
Ryan, speak up. Please, my brother.
We might have lost Ryan. We lose Ryan?
Think so.
Oh, poor Ryan.
C'est la vie said the 6-year-old rapper with a bad knee. Here we go. We got Theo or Ivan. Ivan, you're on there. What's going on, Ivan?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing.
That guy, you couldn't hang on, huh?
No, fuck that guy, huh?
It's all good. Don't hurt him. Don't beat him up.
Hey, boys. Okay, this my question is generally not to I wouldn't want to call it to the growing industry, but I guess you could say that would be a good example. Have you ever gotten to a level where you've had a big number of employees have to do with the operation, with the daily operation?
What's a big number to you? A couple hundred?
To me, a big number would be in the dozens. Like, let's say 50 is a big number.
For a large grow operation, no. I haven't been that large enough. I've had some large grows, especially when we talk about the gray area Prop 215 back in the day, that were relatively large, right? We're not talking thousands of lamps running or acreage running. We're talking, 20,000 solid feet of flowering floor space. But with automation and everything, you still don't need that many boots on the ground with that type of operation. You can get through running 20,000 square feet of flowering with what? 6 people? A dozen people at the most, Jerome? If
50 people is about 2,000 lights to me. So, how many lights you got?
None. My question is more like a human-based scenario. Have you ever had to feel that you work for your own employees, that your daily tasks come out to be that you're working for your own goddamn team?
No, that's entrepreneurs, how it works, because the employees at the end of the day, they get paid, right? If the business ain't making money, they cash their paychecks, and guess whose ass is coming out of it?
One of the things that I learned is you, especially with your starting team, every employee has to have that entrepreneur mindset. They have to be the type of person that could run the business or could run their own business, and they have to feel like they are a part of your company, like they do own a piece of it, because when they feel that way, then they're going to treat it the same way you would treat it.
They got to feel that you want them to you want to pay them well enough, treat them well enough that hopefully they treat the business as if they had ownership value in it.
Exactly.
And if you
As
create
if
that,
it was their own.
You create that type of culture. Now, to answer your question, I've had that circumstance where I feel like I'm fucking paying all these fools and they ain't doing what I wanted to do and stuff, but the buck stops with me, so it's my deal to change the culture or change the personnel if need be in that situation. And for all the other entrepreneurs out there, too, that are looking at cannabis-related businesses, if you do a pro forma or you are looking at a business plan, you better build in 2, 3, 4 years of operational costs that includes your own damn salary, and that should be your number of what type of funds you're looking to raise and everything, as well as what you need for marketing and so forth and so on. So it should be built into your business model. So if you do it right, you shouldn't be feeling like you're working for your employees. But hey, man, we all try to bootstrap up and start balling a budget. I mean, I got a $30,000 loan from my granny, rest her soul, 15 years ago to start my first hydroponic shop straight out of university. And I paid her back in full plus interest and all that. But without that, I couldn't fucking be where I'm at today. But I worked every single day, and I damn well paid employees when I was eating popcorn and water for dinner. Right. Well, I always grew the fire, so it might have been New York steak instead of filet mignon. But we was down and out those days.
Yes, indeed. But that's what it takes to make it, that drive, man.
I feel you.
I started Horty Control allegedly off of money that I made growing weed. I couldn't get a loan. I couldn't, you know what I mean? My family didn't have money to give me. I couldn't borrow from anybody I knew. The bank wouldn't give me, wouldn't increase my credit card numbers, whatever. So I did what I had to do.
And you know what I found out? Every time I bought a bottle of Vu Clicquot, it didn't give me points in their stock.
right?
That's where all my money went from
what I'm
slinging
saying
and banging.
but as an entrepreneur, you do whatever you have to do
make
to
your
get what you
business
want to
work.
get done. I mean, you know what I mean? To make what your dreams come
gotta
true,
give
or
up a lot.
or
You
what
have to
you
give
do.
up a
So
lot.
you have to set the example as well for the people who work for you. Like, so you always work hard, like you own the company. I mean, as a kid, I was always told for jobs like by my dad. Like, I started working at 11 years old, and he went in the first job I ever had and said, if he doesn't work here, if he doesn't work harder than anyone else here, but you call me and let me know, and I'll come pick him up. Before I even started working on the first day.
Yeah, and that's what it takes.
And he told me, you work, whenever you have a job, you work there like it's your shit.
That's right.
Dude, talk about, feeling like you're working for the employees. Here's an example for you. The company that just bought or took over our dispensary, they're awesome people. But before that, I invested myself. I've been underground forever. And it's a great thing to be able to go to work and not have to worry about shit because it's 100% legal.
I thought you were under a bridge.
And the thing is, dude, I don't care where I'm at, but for me, the past ownership for the past year and a half, 2 years, I've literally fronted tens of thousands of dollars purchasing, loaning money, trying to help the facility out like it's mine. I don't own anything of it even to this day. I've never asked for a raise. I've always gotten my employees raises. I think they're all underpaid personally.
We're not HR over there. You know that, right?
Well, no. But at the end of the day is like, dude, I don't get any benefit out of this, but being able to do something that I love to do and be able to help people. And the thing is people need to put a dollar amount on what makes them happy. So, putting together, like you said, those costs at the beginning, if it makes you happy, fuck it. Who cares if somebody's making more? It's all about you being,
satisfied.
You know
right.
what I mean?
Well, can I just ask him? Why do
It's
you?
Ivan.
Why do you feel like you're working for the employees? Is it because you're not making any money, and is it because of they're not doing the job well enough, or because you're not like?
I'll give you an example. So my sister, she's a professional grower. My industry, which I'm in, by the way, I'll throw one at you guys for all the growers out there. If ventilation needs, please check me out at www.temperaturegiant.com. But I run a bunch
Straight
of
out
heads.
of New Jersey.
Go ahead, keep going.
No, Southern California, no New
right.
Jersey. Southern California.
But there's a Jersey Mike's around the corner.
Keep going, Ivan. Our bad.
I gotcha. I'll be quick. But I feel like at the end of the day, everybody's there to collect their check on Friday. And as much as they worry about their check on Friday, they should be worried about the project sole-handed every day.
So are you saying that they're not completing their
motivated.
tasks?
They're not motivated.
They're not doing their job.
You think it's motivation?
No. What I'm asking is that because they're not doing their job, but they're ready to get their check. Is that what you're saying?
We could put it like that, yes.
So like you think the business isn't making as much money as it could because the employees aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's affecting the bottom line. But then they're ready to get their money.
Exactly. I think it's losing money because of that.
Change out
Okay,
the employees.
that's called poor management and poor team building. And what you need to do is you need to figure out why they're that way, and maybe to try to determine, is there a bad apple in the bunch that's poisoning the minds
Somebody
of everybody,
setting their mindset
or
right.
is there somebody who's like up as like a manager that's acting like all lackadaisical and lazy and doesn't do shit, so the employees don't respect them and they don't do their shit well either?
Cody.
You have to figure out who that is and what it is, and maybe just have a meeting and say everybody is on temporary restriction, basically. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's gonna happen, and ask, why don't you do this? Well, because so and so said I don't have to, or what? And then say, does everybody, like, you've ever seen Bar fucking Rescue, right? It's the same shit. Like,
Dude, a lot of this always comes down to pay. I feel
Right, that's
like,
what I was
with a
fixing to
lot
say.
of-
Is the salary conducive to the fucking
Exactly.
job?
but it's not necessarily the salary. There's people who make good fucking money and can't even fucking do their fucking job
Yeah,
because
you
they're
need to
lazy.
give-
Dude, all the problems I've
One
ever
at a
had
time,
at
guys.
work
One
is
at a
because,
time. One at a time.
I know from experience people want
Hold
to
on,
get
hold on,
paid
Ivan,
what
one at
they're
a
worth.
time.
That's what in their mindset. And if they're not getting that, or they don't get raises over time, or at least show some appreciation as an employer, give them some nice words every once in a while.
I'll
their
add
work.
something as a owner that's been in business long enough through ups and downs. You, as an owner, feel a loyalty to your employees, where if it's downtime, you expect that extra effort because they see the numbers are down. They should be integrated enough into it, saying the purchase orders aren't coming through and you still got your hours. We're not cutting back. We're trying not to lay people off. We're trying to make everyone work right. But still, if they don't put that effort, it's frustrating. And then at that point, as a manager, you have to make a fiscal decision of cut your losses. Where if sales are down, you got to make those hard decisions. And this is tough because small businesses, most of them, I hope they would, I do, treat my employees as family, as friends.
Let Ivan reply to what we all just said.
Go ahead, Ivan.
Because we were cutting him off too, Go ahead, Ivan. You got all that?
Yeah, 100% understand, and I see the positive points and all that. And me as an owner myself that started basically out of a truck with a screwdriver, now at a point where, I'm grossing maybe $7.8 million a year.
Hell yeah, invite me to a pool party player. You're in SoCal,
we need to be
too.
hanging with you, bro.
We need to be hanging out with you.
That's just gross, and at the end of the year, if I'm lucky to keep $200,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sustain them.
I can increase your profits tenfold.
Yeah, that's the situation that I'm in. I feel like, punishment doesn't work. I feel like people don't give a fuck about what they're doing. Wages are high. Guys making $300 a day, 8-hour shift for some, I would call it mediocre labor. I mean, there's fucking guys pulling more money than me a day, and I still can't get the fucking team together.
Well, yeah, it sounds like, dude, you sound like
my management. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't get mad about it. Don't get frustrated about it. You got to make the tough decisions, and that's part of being the boss. Hold on.
Just real quick. I got to leave the room for a second anyway, so I was going to say just real quick. Maybe you should have employee review meetings with each employee right now. Or just right now, sit them all down, talk to them, explain to them the situation, tell them what you expect of them, and then put them back to work, and then watch everybody closely. And give them a 30-day. Tell everybody we're having an immediate review, and in the next 30 days we'll have a review. This is what we expect from everyone. Everyone's having this meeting, and put them out there, and then watch what happens between them. The ones that really want to keep that job will get back to work. The ones that don't will keep slacking off and get rid of those people at the end of the 30 days.
And sometimes in these situations too, you open yourself up to potential hazards because you treat them like family or like friends, and they get to know your personal life as well, and someone will try to use that against you, which you got to be careful of.
That's why you never hire friends or family.
Ivan, we're here with Uncimo. He's 65 or so. He's been through war. He's been through PTSD. He's a rapper that you got to check him out online. But you are also positive, and I want you to drop a little bit of your your knowledge about life right now.
Yeah, I was a manager in the post office, and accountability means a lot in any business. You got to have your meetings every so often, and you got to notify your employees. I'm not satisfied with your work. It's hard to get good jobs out here right now. I'm not threatening you, but I need good work out of you right now. We're not bringing in the profits. The margins are small. And if you have your meetings and you're falling off on some employees are not doing what they're supposed to do, then you got a time right there to address it. Have you a meeting every so often, if it's 2 times a month or once a month, but where you address each employee they're in a group, so you got them all together. You got a beef with us? You're not working hard because you got a problem with us? We're not paying you enough? You're not satisfied with the hours? What's the problem? Why are you not giving us 100%? And address the issues of what their problems are. And once you can fix that, you got to make them want to feel like he said. Everybody's been saying, make them feel like they're part of that company. Don't make them like they're just waiting for a paycheck every Friday. Whatever you got to do to create that environment, that's what you want. You want them to wake up in the morning with the attitude of, fuck, I can't wait to get to fucking work. Not the fuck that, I got to go to this fucking job again. That's the difference.
Yep. But you need those guys too, man. There's plenty of companies out there that do type managing once you get to a certain size, workflow management, figuring out what needs to do. Maybe you need to hire an HR, right?
Yeah,
that way you have a level of they have someone they have to be accountable to that does not answer to you. You don't make the decision on that. They make the personnel decisions. You make the other business decisions.
Human resources person, yes.
Good, educated answer, guys. Just it was a pleasure having a conversation with you boys. I know maybe you could consider it off subject or not, but
no, it was a good topic.
Appreciate you boys, man. You guys have a wonderful night. Don't forget.
Have a good one, man.
Go ahead, drop it again. Where do they go?
www.temperaturegiant.com.
Temperaturegiant.com.
Keep
All right,
stroking, baby. Keep stroking.
Thanks, my man. Let's do a grow question here. We do got. Hold on. No grow questions. We're going over here. He is here, huh? He made it happen. All right, let's go to our guest tonight. It's Chris from Web Joint. What's up, Chris?
What's up, man?
What's going on,
doing,
man?
man?
We also
Doing
have his business partner, Art, online here. What up, Art?
What's up, guys? Can everybody hear me?
Yes,
yeah, we
sir.
can hear you, man.
What's up, man?
You got some advice for Ivan on that last call?
I do. That's why I called in. Well, first of all, I want to apologize. I was supposed to be there. I couldn't make it. It's my dad's birthday.
Oh, yeah,
so I'm just waiting on him over here for some dinner. But how's everyone doing?
Good. Pops first always, man.
Family
What's up,
first.
Chris? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
No, you got that long drive.
Yeah, it was pretty hectic, but
Hey,
it's
hey,
always
Art,
good to be
we
here.
like to keep the chit chat to a minimum over here with our old buddies, all right?
Of course.
Get to the meat and potatoes, player.
I got some advice. All right, let me just start spitting out some advice then to the gentleman that called in. It's something that Chris and I deal with on a daily basis. I think it really comes down to two different things. One, it could be the employee themselves, right? No matter, how great your management skills are, how great your motivational skills are. Sometimes Chris and I found that sometimes it's just an employee. You do everything right, you tell them the right things, you put them in the right positions, and they don't want to succeed. They don't want to do well. And, it could be because of number of factors. Maybe they have other priorities. Maybe, their personal life isn't going so well. Maybe they just broke up with their boyfriends or their girlfriends. You never really know. But, sometimes
Everyone has a bad day.
Yeah, but some people are just going through a rough patch in general. And so, sometimes we would look at that and Chris and I would think, it's our fault, it's our management skills, it's something we could be doing better or different. And then, it just got to the point where it wasn't working out. So if it's not working out, what I would recommend is you never just walk in and fire an employee, randomly on a certain day. You kind of let them know, a month in advance, 2 months in advance. Hey, this is how you're behaving. This is what you're doing, and we want to see some changes. I want to see improvements. And then you have a talk with them 2 weeks later if it doesn't work, and 2 weeks later, and then if it really doesn't work, you just have to bite the bullet, fire them, show them that you're serious, and then sometimes you'll find you hire a new person that's actually ambitious, that's anxious, that's hungry, that wants to take their career to the next level, and you present them with the right opportunities, and sometimes it's all that's needed for those type of people.
And I agree with setting boundaries and addressing big corporations usually have a merit system like 3 strikes and you're out.
Right.
Basically. Small businesses, if they want to take it somewhere like a structure like that, but you at least have to give the employee fair warning.
Oh, yeah.
And, if they're chronically late, no pun intended, if they're always late, and you say, hey, man, I need you here early. Don't give me shit's slow right now. Don't give me a reason to cut costs. You're the last cost I want to cut, and they keep showing up late. It shows you how much they actually respect you as a person and your business, too. So I do take things personally, even though I don't try to get personal when I deal with that. But just like I would address someone in that way and let them know what the problem is, that it needs to be rectified. And if it doesn't happen, then it just means they don't respect me. They don't respect what I'm offering them.
Right, and they got to go.
Yeah. I got one more piece of advice, and then I'll hop off. I'll let you guys get to it. But on the other end of the spectrum, it could be you, it could be your management skills, but you never
Fuck
really
you!
know.
You out of here, Art.
What else going on?
I'm just messing with you.
We fucking
man.
with you, dog. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
It could be your manager. You're right.
Yeah, some tips on that end is just give people autonomy, give them responsibilities, make them, accountable for certain aspects of the business. It's some of the stuff that you guys said. Make them feel like they're an actual part of the business depends on them. Give them a pat on the back if they're doing well. If they're not doing well, make sure, they're the one accountable. They can't start pointing fingers elsewhere. And, just show that you expect for them to perform, that it's not just a job where they could come, get high all day and, not do anything. You know what I mean? We're in the cannabis industry.
Dr. Duff.
Just got to keep it professional and keep things moving forward.
I agree, man. Art, I really appreciate you calling in. You want to give us a little bit about what WebJoint does, too? We're about to break it down with Chris, but as co-founder, since you couldn't be in studio, you want to give your 2 cents?
Yeah, I'll give a little bit of a blurb.
Do it.
Chris and I. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It's all you, my man. I know it's hard to hear me on that line.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sure Chris will break it down, but we essentially started the company 4 years ago. Since then, we weren't even in the cannabis industry. We were just making websites for people. And so the biggest tip I could give on that end is just learning from your mistakes and growing. So, we kind of, step one, we learned that, making websites for the general public isn't the way to go. So then we picked a niche, which happened to be the cannabis industry. And WebJoint 1.0 was actually, all you did with our software is you could sign up and you could create a website. So if you were like a delivery or a dispensary, now you have a website. Now you have your products on your website. People could sign up. They could get verified. This is back in the medical days in California, and they could place orders. And that's basically how WebJoint started. And from there, we kind of just grew. So, since then, we listened to our customers. We've been adding in things like inventory management. So people would say, our product's on our website, but why can't, we need to manage our inventory, or else how would people know if we're out of stock, out of inventory? So we added in inventory management. We added in a point of sale. We added in, financial management and integrations and staff management. And basically now WebJoint's, it's a complete all-in-one solution. A to Z, you sign up. If you have a dispensary or a delivery, if you're in California, we take care of everything from your website. If you're a delivery, we will even help you manage your delivery orders and your drivers, dispatching orders, all that good stuff. And, everything down to your compliance. So we raised $1.5 million in November, and we basically, last year, we used that money to be laser-focused in California and get WebJoint to the point where it's compliant with all the new crazy laws coming out in California. So
you guys are like the Weed Geek Squad.
Sorry, what's that?
You're like the Geek Squad. You're like the Weed Geek Squad over there. You got everything covered, player.
Oh, definitely. It might not look like it, but Chris and I are probably some of the nerdiest people that you'll ever meet, for sure.
Well, he's wearing this Emerald Harvest hat, so I knew right away.
Cool.
Hey, thanks for calling in, Art. We really appreciate you. Go to webjoint.com to learn more. Listen, guys, we got to pay these bills and take a quick break, but we're coming back with Chris, learning more about WebJoint, what they can do to grow your business. We're talking grow. I guess Jeff J rolls the best pre-rolls in the game. We also got people that want to talk to Horty Chris. A lot of people that want to talk to Horty Chris. We'll be right back here on Heavy Cheese Grow Show, DFZRadio.com. You dig?
You know what I mean? But to be me, you know what I mean? Procreate, have better seeds, make a better nation.
I'm Superman fly in the city. Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman fly in the city. Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman fly in the city.
Caviar got me scorched. Why you niggas smoking Newport shorts? And you wonder why your bankroll short. Probably cause your ass never left the porch. I be grinding and making moves, you know the business. Pound the block, pushing work till it's finished. Serial killers need no fucking eyewitness. Extra clip, shit, I'm on my blade.
Respect you, respect me.
I've been hustling my whole life.
You know there's no nigga out here like this.
Seen the light. I see you niggas stopping at the stop sign. I'm California stopping cause the world is mine. So claim defeat, the angels speak. They woke the king will sleep. The trip will be the way to meet. I'm Superman fly in the city. Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman fly in the city. Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman fly in the city.
Tapes confused with wearing capes, you fools. Still breaking the rules, roll moving, you lose. Handyman with the tool, I had to rock his body. I came to body like Lottie Dottie, and I don't wanna hurt nobody. I'ma break it down with the get down, watch it go down, hold it down with the 4 pound. Now you know now, it's about to go down.
Respect you, respect me.
I've been hustling my whole life.
You know there's no nigga out here like
this. I see you niggas stopping at the stop sign. I'm California stopping cause the world is mine. So claim defeat, the angels speak. They woke the king will sleep. The trip will be the way to meet.
my weaknesses and my strengths. But everybody know my strengths definitely outweigh my weaknesses. As long as that, I'm a human being, like everybody else. And if I meet somebody perfect, then they can train me. And they can help me be perfect. But there ain't nobody out there perfect. So we'll all just get along with it.
They say Machiavelli's resurrected, I can feel his presence. But the coldest thing, Machiavelli never left us. Who the fuck he think he is? Talking about Machiavelli never left us. Who the fuck is it? I'm an outlaw thug, like hustling to the death of me. Brutalist, Helly, and I'm mom lost, baby. Worth to get money, knowledge and I fucking lead. Think I seen that ghost if you stood right in front of me. Tupac eternally, Rogers on his own shit. Think like new money, and you can pass it, show me. Worldwide masterpiece, hustle on this fucking street. On that dead fed crime, so they still trapping me. $1 million smile, girls say I'm sexy. Bachelor in arts, got it in psychology. Player, you ain't fly as me, still can't see me. Stand on oxygen, or you can't even do the breathing.
Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman, fly in the city. Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman, fly in the city.
DFCRadio.com.
I tell you, this is the life.
Ever since we started working here at Sanctuary Soil, I couldn't be happier. It's nice to work at a place where they treat you like the artist that you are.
Tell me about it. So many places just throw you in the dirt, feed you junk, and drip water on your head.
Yeah, sounds more like torture than a job.
And how do they expect you to do great things when they don't give you the right tools? I can't do it if you treat me like garbage.
I hear ya. You give me the highest quality organic materials like woody biomass and grasses, put me in a healthy, clean environment, and I can practically poop gold.
Not to mention alfalfa meal, arborist material. They even bathe us in a healthy biological tea full of enzymes and other good stuff. You know, I get a little choked up just thinking about how all those customers are gonna benefit from the hard work we put into providing them with the best products available.
I just wish more companies were like Sanctuary Soil. It's nice to work with people who care about their customers and care about the environment.
Yeah, this is the life. Hey, I'm pretty full. Think it's about time to go make some magic, if you know what I mean.
Well, a worm's work is never done.
See you in a few.
You got anything to read? This could take a while.
Sanctuary Soil's Buckaroo brand premium worm casting, the all-in-one soil amendment that's safe for the environment, children, and pets. For more information and to see a list of current retailers, visit our site at sanctuarysoil.com.
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're, made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other.
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but, I'm pretty sure these douchebags are gonna work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Oh, bro, what? So I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com.
The cannabis portion of this show is designed as entertainment only for legal medicinal cannabis patients over 21 years of age and is not meant to encourage any other activity or use. Yeah, dick.
Sorry, Horty. Game over.
Hey, man, you started early, huh?
Hey, I'm in the zone.
Dude,
You're listening to Heavy T's Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy T, Horty Chris, and the Duff Man only on DFZRadio.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Coming to grips with measuring pH is a fundamental part of ensuring a successful crop. Of course, having the right nutrient mix is important. But without a slightly acidic pH level, plants won't receive optimal benefits from the nutrients supplied. Blue Lab has a range of pH measurement tools available to help both the commercial and small-scale growers. These include the Blue Lab Guardian Monitor, the Blue Lab Combo Meter, the Blue Lab pH Meter, the Blue Lab pH Pen, and the Blue Lab Soil pH Meter. For more information, visit us online at getbluelab.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Hey, I'm in the zone.
Hey man, your garden smells amazing this year. What are you doing different?
Haven't you heard? We've been using the Turpinator.
Did you say Turpinator like terpenes?
Yes, exactly. Turpinator is designed to increase your plant's terpenes, which are responsible for everything from how your plants smell to how much flavorful oils they produce. Basically, Turpinator is the one-stop shop for an overall quality increase for your fruits and flowers.
That's awesome. You know, I can tell the Turpinator has not only increased the oils in all your herbs and flowers, but it looks like it's going to increase your dry weight as well. And dude, don't even get me started on those crystals. They look like mini icebergs.
Well, you better hurry up and get on board. It's flowering season right now. And since Turpinator is made right here in Sonoma County, you can literally find it in any hydro store in town. Boost your plant's oils and bring out flavors that will drive your friends wild. Turpinator. Sticky is an understatement.
Hey, I'm in the zone.
Yo, it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
Don't you put that evil on me. Heavy T.
The cannabis portion of this show is designed as entertainment only for legal medicinal cannabis patients over 21 years of age and is not meant to encourage any other activity or use. Yeah, Dick.
DFZRadio.com.
Yo, is this my man Breezel? Speaking of telling people not to show up late.
Oh, man. Shout out to Breeze.
He likes the blunts.
Cali Breeze. It's
You
a
saw my
hit
post.
right
I'm not
here.
too fond of blunts. You back me up on this. You ain't fond of blunts either. You gotta put your headset on there, player.
Fuck a blunt. I got ears. I heard space talk before when I wasn't even. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. That might be those days that you was talking about prior.
This is this is the first artist I've seen who didn't put his headphones on.
Right away. Come
Yeah.
on. What's up with the blunt, huh?
Y'all know I'm slow. Fuck a blunt, fuck a swisher, motherfucker backwards. Fuck a blunt, fuck a swisher, motherfucker backwards. Smoke better, live longer.
Yep.
Use rough papers, man. Look, I'm serious. Everything I do is to try to save lives. We all got a possibility in life that we could die from something. Why push
It's
our
a
issue?
certainty.
Yeah, but why push the issue? You know what I'm saying? And fuck our lungs up, man. You got a good product God gave you. Perfect, man. You don't even taste the marijuana when you put it with the backwoods and the blunts. You lose the flavor. You lose the goodness of the herb. Change your attitude. Change your mindset. They gave that to rappers and shit to push in the old days because tobacco industry was not making any money. They were fucked up. They wasn't moving any product like talking about.
What about the children, Unc?
They don't give a fuck about the kids. Come on, man. That's why they push that nasty ass shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what they say in Oahu? What about the Kiki, Unc?
What about the key? Hey, he's talking about kids, all right? He ain't talking about the other stuff. Y'all be twitching shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know. All right, hey, let's. Jeff J says he's got the best pre-rolls in the game. Jeff J.
Slide the ashtray over.
What's up, kids? Is this Big Chris on the line?
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
What's up, Jay?
This is Chef Jay checking in. I just wanted to call and let everybody know WebJoint is #1. Because of WebJoint, I'm able to have my J rolls. I just got an order from one of the shops today. They hit me up because the inventory came through on the computer that they were low on J rolls and they needed them for the weekend, and I get a text because of the web joint to let me know that I got to supply the order for that one dispensary in Santa Monica.
Damn.
So and it just happened when I got the text to call in for you guys, and I was like, man, I got to call and give WebJoint, Chris and his partner, their guys are hardest working in the game. Their equipment they're using, their software is by far, any of the other two competitors are miles behind. So watch out for WebJoint, kids.
Let me ask you this, Jeff. Jeff J. Is it Jeff or Jay or JJ?
Jeff, the letter J.
All right, player. I'm just calling you Jeff for right now so I don't get confused. But listen, there's a bottleneck here for dispensaries being able to get product, being able to get compliant product. It's a huge advantage for you to be able to instantaneously update your inventory, let your consumers know, your clients know, and boom, get it going. Because a lot of this stuff, I've seen it. I know people that run distribution companies, and there becomes a bottleneck where, the inventory is antiquated. It's not up to date.
Well, the great thing for me is because my J-rolls are in such demand right now, and thank God, at least I think 70 to 80% of the dispensaries I'm in, thank God Chris has got to them and got them to use WebJoint, because I love every day getting those notices that they're low on inventory, and that was never even a thought or possibility.
Wait. So, Chris, WebJoint actually integrates the retailers, the distributors, the growers, everyone?
Yeah, so essentially when the retailers are low on inventory, because we know their inventory count, we're able to send notifications out, to Chef J. That way he knows when, dispensaries need more product. So essentially it's good for everybody. And on top of that, we're actually launching a platform for brands in the next 30 days. So we're going to be announcing that like September 15th. We have a rebrand that we're going through right now. So we got a new logo, new website, new everything coming soon. And we actually want to work with brands like J-Rolls and,
and DFZ Radio.
Yeah, of course. We want to work with all brands on helping them, become, a face in this industry. So that's essentially what we're looking to do. So, I wish I actually had a J-Roll with me here to smoke, but yeah.
We all do.
Yeah, that makes 5 of us.
Get me up on the next show, and I'll come and bring J-Rolls for everybody. And I'm also inviting everybody today on your guys' show to Baby J's Burgers, my new restaurant that's opening tomorrow.
Where?
Wow, nice.
25th and Central, 1030 East 25th Street. The first 50 people come there, you're getting a free brownie from Chef J, salted caramel brownie. And if you know me on the back end, we could talk about some J-Rolls.
All right, player.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Hey, thanks, Chef J. Take it easy, player.
Don't tempt a fat guy.
Go to Baby J's Burgers, 1030 East 25th
Y'all better
Street.
get over there, shit.
The Unc's like, when? Right now? Unc's going to be the first one in line.
What, 10:30? Brownie?
His leg will be out the window because he's got a bad knee.
Gonna get that brownie. Shit.
So tell me, Chris, with your background, man, you and Art both sound like, like he said, like nerds, right? Like you guys are up late playing Fortnite together, smoking blunts.
No. Actually, my
dabs.
team, my director of sales, some of my one of my lead support guy, they all play Fortnite.
Of course they do.
I play Call of Duty.
Okay, my bad.
But
so let me ask you a question.
I play Pornhub.
I got Tiger Woods on Xbox still.
And then I play Pass Out after working all motherfucking day in the water plants.
So let me ask you a question, Chris.
What's up?
Do you work on branding artists?
Nah. What we like to do actually is we have our lead investor actually has a platform called Seedless that he's getting ready to launch. And he actually works with a lot of different artists and influencers, and we're looking to do the same thing on kind of like partnering and helping these artists that have an influence make money legally in the industry. So
correct. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, so y'all do that now? You
not
ready?
now, but that's what we're getting ready to do.
What do you do? Because Jeff J was talking about it, and I got the gist of it. Basically, what do you do for the cannapreneur?
So essentially, we make software for retailers. So that's all we do. So essentially, the dispensary uses our software to manage their inventory. To they have the point of sale, so a dispensary can actually have a register in the dispensary itself, track all their inventory live, and we also provide them an e-commerce solution as well. So everything is live synced as far as inventory goes.
How is it an advantage with WebJoin compared to the competitors?
So, we were one of the first, that were actually based in Los Angeles. So we understood the California market. We understood that deliveries were going to be, important as well. So we actually were one of the first that, built our platform with delivery in mind. So we have the ability of tracking, driver accounts, driver inventory, automatically dispatching orders, everything that a delivery service needs.
But retail delivery, not
retail delivery. Yeah, not
Okay,
distribution. Gotcha. Yeah. So they can also have an online portal to accept orders from their consumers as well. So that was one thing that was huge for us. Delivery services needed their own website where they can accept an online order because of the fact that a lot of them were, taking text messages. They would say,
Right.
text message your rec and your ID and all that, and let me know what you want from your order. And I've personally tried, ordering from delivery services using that method, and sometimes have taken like an hour and a half just to get my order in because they're taking 15 minutes to respond.
It's quicker to grow your own.
Yeah, and it's also and that's what we thought. It was like, let's give these retailers a platform where somebody can go to the website, they can sign up, they can upload their ID, their rec. We automatically verify the information, so we cut that step out of the process as well. And then allow that person to place an order online.
So then the retailer knows that they're verified, so they don't have to say anything. They just say, "Boom." What do you?
Yeah, exactly. So like normally,
and they can
you would
order
have
online.
Yeah, they can order online. Everything was cash on delivery, cash on pickup, but we actually have a partnership that we're working on right now with a company called Alt36. We actually just had a pool party this past Saturday, kind of just celebrating our partnership and whatnot. So in the next 3 weeks, we're actually launching everything. We're gonna have an integration that allows our customers to accept cashless payments. So currently somebody goes and places an order on a WebJoint website. It's cash on delivery, but now they'll be able to select Alt36 as a payment, and then it will automatically take the money out of their bank account, do the transaction, and good to go. So it solves a huge problem.
That sounds dope. Now I got a dude here, Todd's been hanging out for a while, wants to ask you a question.
Definitely.
What up, Todd? Todd's been there for like an hour.
Oh, poor Todd.
Poor man.
Damn.
Todd, you gone?
Todd, call right back. We got a line open for you.
Ari.
Yes.
Hey, man, what's up?
What's up?
What's
Hey,
up, man?
I know it's been a second you've been hanging on. I'm actually going to send you some Heavy Tea swag for some love for you hanging on so long. But you're on with Chris and the WebJoin guys.
What up, Chris?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Good, man. How are you?
I've been good. How's the business?
You a chit-chatting motherfucker, aren't you?
Going well, man. Ever since July 1st, there hasn't been a single not busy day. Every day is a new challenge, just trying to get products out on store shelves.
Nice, yeah. My buddy Ari here is the CEO of Wild Roots.
All right.
Yeah, so they actually have cultivation up north. So
Also, part owner of Sonoma Pacific Distribution, so been really more focusing on that end of it these days.
You had a future question for Chris, right?
I did. Chris, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Damn, you get job interviews on the line too?
I don't know. That's a good one.
Sonoma Distribution, Pacific Distribution.
In 5 years, I kind of just see, WebJoint just being, a main player as far as cannabis tech goes. Obviously, we're solving new problems every day, so I don't know where we're going to be in 5 years.
What kind of new problems are popping up? Is it mainly with compliance and regulation, Chris? Or
as of right now in California, that's the problem.
Well, I got questions for you then. As far as like grow questions, none of us have talked about that on the Grow Show, but do you guys handle the cultivation side as well?
No, we thought about doing it. We actually have a page on our website that we have to remove. We're redesigning, we're rebranding and everything right now.
I can give you a lot of different problems we're having. I'll tell you right.
But no. There's cultivation platforms out there such as like Trellis that's doing a pretty good job at providing a solution to the cultivators. That's something that we don't want to focus on. We feel like it's a monster within itself. We're really good at focusing and honing in on the retail side of things, delivery specifically. So we're just trying to stay in our lane and do that. And with the platform that we're launching in 30 days, we're kind of going to need to be good at doing that. So we're going to need our retail platform. We're going to need our delivery partners. We're actually looking at potentially making our platform free for all retailers, for all delivery services, and essentially increasing their revenues. So that's our goal.
Networking, get the word there. I mean, Ari, you want to give a shout out to your brand and what you're doing? Go ahead, man. You've been waiting so long. Get your plug.
Hell yeah. Yeah, check us out on Instagram, Wild Roots. Be wild, stay rooted. The Instagram handle is Wild Roots with 2 zeros instead of 2 O's. Some 16-year-old Asian has the Wild Roots handle, and she won't give it up to me. And then check us out at Sonoma Pack, SONOMAPAC on Instagram. If y'all know any stores that need any compliant products, we can get it to them.
All right, my man. I appreciate you calling in and giving your 2 cents.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Y'all have a good one.
And you know what's funny is that that same 16-year-old Asian won't give it up to Jiggity Jerome either.
Huh.
Boom, boom. All right, let's go into Jerome's wheelhouse. Wake him up out of his slumber. Him and Horty Chris are going to battle to tell Theo how to grow better roots. Hey, Theo, there's your wife. Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up? Just doing the Heavy Tea Grow Show. What are you doing?
Yeah, what's the matter for you?
Man, I was just fucking up some tacos real quick, man. I had to fucking swallow my taco.
Yeah, all right.
all right. Let's get down to it. I don't want to waste you guys' time. How do I get better root growth in my soil outdoor right now? I'm in Smart Pots right now, using Fox Farm soil.
And are you having are your roots not growing well?
I transplanted them from 1 gallon to a 3 gallon, and I expected the roots after a good 2 months of vegging to be a little more robust, but they weren't really there as I would want them to be.
Okay, let me ask. When they were in the 1 gallon pots, were they outside the whole time?
Yep.
Okay, and how often were you watering them, and with how much water?
I was watering them every other day with about 2 to 3 cups of water.
Okay, and where are you located?
I'm in Van Nuys.
Okay, so you're in Southern California,
Yeah.
and you're giving them 2 to 3 cups every other day in a 1 gallon pot out in full sunshine.
Yeah.
You
I made sure they weren't, super dehydrated. They always still had some water, some moist weight to them.
Were you feeding them any nutrients or anything?
Yeah, I'm actually using Green Grow amendments, dry amendments.
He just answered his question, Horty. He always kept them moist. That's the biggest problem. Roots need to search for water to develop longer roots.
Yeah, so you don't want them to dehydrate, but you want them to dry out. Right? The finger test. Stick your finger down into that soil. If it's cool and moist, you don't have to water. Right? Even if the top layer looks a little dry, Drum. You know what I'm saying?
Right, go to the second knuckle. If the tip of your finger feels cool and moist, you don't need to water yet.
This sounds retarded, but one of my favorite things when I was first beginning was those little blinking lights. I don't like the little things that test the moisture, that tells you a level of 1 to 10 or percentage. Getting the little blinking light and learning, as a beginner for myself, I remember putting 1 in each fucking plant. And I was like, oh, this one. Oh, this one. It was retarded.
Yeah, but
I had to buy a bunch of LR22 fucking batteries.
It probably helped you realize when you needed to water, though, right?
It was a great investment to learn because you got to understand is keeping the media wet constantly depletes the plant of being able to get oxygen. And it also creates an anaerobic environment over time because you deplete the oxygen. Anything in it's not going to be able to survive, so it starts to die off, including the plant over time.
And then it affects pH and nutrient uptake, and you build up a toxic environment both with your nutrition as well as potentially anaerobic bacteria or other nasties.
And also, when you're in Fox Farm soil or any soil that's a super soil or whatever that's out there, you don't need to give them nutrients for at least the first 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes a month, depending on if it's like a little clone.
So
but you may have been just giving them too much nutrients on top of the nutrients they already had as well.
So to get solid root growth, you got to let it dry out. You want to use some type of root stimulant.
Yep.
If it's dry amendments, it's going to be biological. Usually you're not going to, unless you could use like biochar and humics and stuff like that. That will stimulate root growth. But, get a liquid root stimulant at transplant at the very least to get the roots going into your new soil. Something like the Rhizoblast from Botanicare. It's made with, what's it made with?
Chlorella.
Proprietary.
Shit, I had a chick named Chlorella.
How do you say that, Chris? What's it?
Proprietary.
There you go. Proprietary. Chris got me.
How is it proprietary when we fucking say the name?
Chlorella. Oh my! You know what Napoleon died of on his prison island?
Chlorella.
Chlorella.
Now with chlorella.
Oh man, that sounds like a horrible sexually transmitted disease.
It was Napoleon's birthday on the 11th.
You're the only dude
In here that knows
over
that.
here.
Yeah, you.
No, because I fucking
Is that why you brought French fries for everyone?
So many
were
women that
dating
had the same
Napoleon's
birthday, and
granddaughter.
they all had the same problem. They're small motherfuckers that just wanted to conquer the goddamn world.
So you have the same birthday as Napoleon?
You've been having a rough life, huh?
Things are gonna change.
Unc, he's getting his own show. He's gonna co-host your show. So Jerome, so he can tell you all his problems.
Man, please, bro, come on, bro. I'm trying to get listeners, not lose listeners. Shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, but Theo,
Man, I can give you some advice on how to get the ladies.
We gotta take
I'll
a
tell
break
you right now.
Is it break time or we just come back?
Union time.
All right. Use a root stimulant, Theo. Let them dry out completely. Those type of things. Don't leave it in sitting water. If it wicks water back up, it's going to stay hydrated and it potentially is going to take the flow of nutrient back up into it, where now you have a layer of salt building up at the bottom of your root zone. So, be mindful of those things. You're using smart pots. That's the best thing that you can do. If you're in a plastic pot and you were overwatering, your plants would have probably died. So I'm going to send you some more smart pots. I'm going to send you that Rhizoblast. And I'm going to send you the entire vermicrop line, a swag pack from Vermicrop, which includes the bat guano, the blood meal, the veg, and the bloom. So you can add that to your soil, and then you just water in as the plant needs it. Don't overwater it, okay?
Happy Wednesday.
Gotcha, man. Thanks. I appreciate you guys.
No doubt, Theo. Call in anytime and tell the homies Heavy T hooked you up. All right, guys, it's union time.
Hey, real quick, he said 2 to 3 cups. Make sure no matter what, you're flushing at least once every week, 2 weeks maximum, but, until you read your plants. You got to flush enough water through the media to get enough runoff.
He was in soil, so I would think that he wouldn't feed every time. I think that's what Horty was getting at. Yeah, feed water at that point. Maybe feed once a week even. The plants will tell you. If they lighten in color, they're saying, hey, Popsner, I need some more food over here. If they're dark green and starting to claw a little bit, then, you duffed it out. All right, we'll be back with Jiggity Duffness here on DFCRadio.com.
Oh, man.
I got it!
7-7 Elko, riding down the west coast. Candy paint dripping cause I just got a fresh coat. California raised me, an LA baby. The Chevrolet raisin, scraping on Dayton's, riding down Rosecrans. Get with the program, call me the drone man, the hydros potens. Got your eyes low, lower than the ocean. Just west coasting through the coast with the potion and the best dro to smoke. The baddest bitches, girls in bikinis with ass and titties. The hustle game easy, you just can't believe till you see me on TV. Drive down the wrong street, might see the tech smoke. Hop in the ride and let's go to the west coast. This life is like a movie. You meet a model bitch, then you fuck her like a groupie. California.
amazed. Same nigga, same flow, same mind frame. I'm all about the loot shit. Fuck minimum wage, cruising through these Cali streets, smoking on this OG. Cash rules everything around me, I need more cream. West Coast, get it in. What the fuck you think? Saying I'm riding with you, really though, this money in the bank. E3 hotter than the California forecast. Burning up these tracks, nigga, I need more cash. Yeah, I'm a bona fide hustler. Fuck with my family or cash and I'ma cut ya. Real G's get it, that's only the obvious. Go against us, you know you facing the consequence. I love my state, but I really hate the politics. Better keep stepping, buddy boy, in the pile of shit. Yeah, in a pile of shit. E3, get it in, nigga, I'm live as shit. 3, 2, 1.
Of LA, just me and Mary J. As the world keeps spinning, like gold 100 spokes, engine running, Chevy gunning down the coast. Just let it roll. Who doesn't love to see a 6-4 hop down the block, banging Easy E and Pac? Motherfuck the cops. I drove in my ride, but I ain't even tripping. It's another summer night and I'm about to get the dipping. It's California A, got some beautiful women. Gotta see it for yourself, it's such a beautiful vision. Palm trees, palm weed, won't you ride with me? West Coast in, floating through these Cali streets. Cruising down the boulevard in the late night. Sunset to the daylight, we take flight. Lights, camera, action, fast cars and jewelry. Models and groupies, we filming a movie. It's a motion picture, everybody's a celebrity. Won't you take a picture? It's a motion picture, everybody's a celebrity. Won't you take a picture? Latin girls, Asians, black girls, Jamaicans, white girls, they all on vacation. Pop another bottle, yeah, we buy 'em by the case, and we spitting big faces.
DFCRadio.com.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bring in the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system. It's ideal use for transplanting and the enhancement of your plant vigor in fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
Hey, I'm in the zone. Dude, this shit is
Hey man, your garden smells amazing this year. What are you doing different?
Haven't you heard? We've been using the Turpinator.
Did you say Turpinator like terpenes?
Yes, exactly. Turpinator is designed to increase your plant's terpenes, which are responsible for everything from how your plants smell to how much flavorful oils they produce. Basically, Turpinator is the one-stop shop for an overall quality increase for your fruits and flowers.
That's awesome. You know, I can tell the Turpinator has not only increased the oils in all your herbs and flowers, but it looks like it's going to increase your dry weight as well. And dude, don't even get me started on those crystals. They look like mini icebergs.
Well, you better hurry up and get on board. It's flowering season right now. And since Turpinator is made right here in Sonoma County, you can literally find it in any hydro store in town. Boost your plant's oils and bring out flavors that will drive your friends wild. Turpinator. Sticky is an understatement.
Sorry, Horty. Game over.
Hey guys, it's Heavy T. As a longtime cultivator in both small and large gardens, both indoor and in greenhouses, I know the number one factor for being successful is to maintain an ideal environment and optimize my airflow. That is why I use and recommend Fantech controllers and EC fans. As the original inventors of the inline fan way back in 1974, Fantech uses the highest quality German motors and has revolutionary impeller technology. The EC fan creates the most efficient and powerful airstream of any fan in its class. And with the new Aeolus controller, maintaining the ideal environment has never been more simple. The Aeolus, with a variety of modes, allows me to control my exhaust and intake fans along with my dampeners from one easy to set up and use interface. And with the two expandable channels, I can maintain temperature set points in two separate spaces. So whether you're a hobbyist in your garage or a commercial greenhouse grower, it's simple. Use what the pros use. Use the Fantech EC fan and Aeolus controller. And if you're a retailer, contact Rambridge, Savant Plant Tech, or Garden Rebels Distribution and order yours today. Fan and controller sold separately.
Every Wednesday night from 6 to 10 Pacific Standard Time, who's hooking you up with the dopest grow knowledge and the freshest grow gear?
Heavy T's Grow Show. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I love it.
Hey,
every day.
Thank you for
Every
the
Wednesday.
thank you for the birth.
You're gonna go get the green pad, see? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go get it right now. Go on down to your local hydro shop. Tell them Shunny sent you. That's right, Shunny with the green pad. More CO2 in your garden. More carbon, more weight, see? You need to get that weight up to pay me back, see, Shunny? Go get the green pad junior. Put it in your cloning dome, see? You're gonna get some more roots faster. Cut days off your cloning time. More harvest year round. That's right, see? Activated by humidity. 35 to 50%, so make sure that's right, okay? Go to your local hydro shop, see? That's right, go there now. More root, more fruit, more fruit, more root. That's right, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Meow. Meow.
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're, made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other.
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but, I'm pretty sure these douchebags are gonna work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Bro, what? So I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com.
Happy birthday!
Hey, yo, this is Spanky Hayes, motherfucking Spanky Hayes, funny motherfucking Spanky Hayes. Shout out to DFZRadio.com.
Fuck going on, man? You know I don't rock it, man. I'm talking about black carpet event type shit, man. G Bentley. We don't never stop at red lights at night, nigga. We don't never stop at red lights at night, nigga. 2 letters G and a D. For all my right, nigga. 2 letters G.
I'm a bad motherfucker.
We got the bad moves down the street. All my flavors are VIP. I could be the only man to blow your mind. A different kind of different girl. I'm one of a kind. So if you a bad bitch, get on the floor. I got the magic, that's for sure. And I just got paid, girl. Blow it all tonight, yeah. The night is young, honey. You just my type.
You got to feel this, baby.
Yo, what's up with that joint? That joint's hot.
It's just the funk.
What's that right there?
That's that song called Bad Bitch featuring Uncimo.
What? Every song you're in has got the word bad in it?
Yeah, bad knee, bad bitch. Hey, talking to the mic player.
His song starts off, I'm a bad motherfucker. So when he heard my song, he said, what the fuck? How in the fuck you got... So he said, would you please get on my song and just say, I'm a bad motherfucker.
I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm an OG.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy, man, how it happened. That's spiritual, bro. It's straight spiritual.
Well, you can tell us a little bit about all that
Yeah,
popping.
after a little
We're
later.
going to hear this entire song at the next break, so stay tuned. And
Who do we got on the line?
We got grow people. Let's see. Finding out at the break, Chris from WebJoint is actually a grower as well.
Nice.
Yep.
A little bit.
Yep. He runs a 200 light illegal operation in Van Nuys.
Right around the corner from the post office.
Using super nutrients and Monster Blue.
And advanced nutrients.
And SM90. He bought it all.
All the azodactrin on the planet.
No, just kidding. Just kidding. Lil Custy in Stockton. Former home of Lacey Peterson.
What's up?
What up, player?
What's up?
Just sitting here waiting for your
What's
question. What's happening?
Sounds like Nate Diaz punched him in the head.
I'm just fucking rolling some Cherry Kim.
Man, quit bragging.
I'm rolling some Cherry Dollar.
We fitting to come over right now.
So were you just calling to tell us what you were rolling, or do you have a question?
No, I got a question.
I'm sipping on a Miller Lite.
So I was wondering what's the
Your
best
bubble.
pH to pH your like clone cubes or Rockwell rapid rooter cubes.
If you're using Rockwell cubes, you should pH them at 5.5.
All right. What about keeping them nice and like healthy?
What do you mean, your clones?
Yeah, like feeding them HydroGuard, or like should I soak the cubes in HydroGuard? Or
Yeah, you could put a little HydroGuard in there and maybe a little Rhizoblast just to give them a little kick.
Look, Horty, let me give him some
Go
advice.
ahead.
You don't take clones. Hold on.
Let this guy tell you. He
Look,
knows everything.
No,
That's
no,
why
no,
he works for other
just-
people.
Hey, yeah, whatever, Horty. You try and
That's why he works for other people. Just tell the guy already.
All right, either way. Look, my point is I've trained an employee that actually knew nothing about growing and probably could root every clone over you can. So. But either way, what I'm taking this in is I love Rockwell. Go to the root riots. To be honest with you, it's about moisture retention. So when you grab the plugs right out of the bag, you don't have to buffer them. What I would recommend doing is Clonex makes a solution, mix it at a rate of 20 mils per gallon, will come out at a perfect pH of about 5.6 to 5.8 if your starting water is relative to 7.0. And you can go ahead and use approximately 10 to 20 cc's or milliliters, however you measure, per root riot approximately. If you actually squeeze the root riot and it's just sopping wet, you don't want to put that in to plug your clones. Oversaturation is the number one problem why people won't get their roots. And
Agreed.
Especially in the beginning
Including
stages
spraying,
of cloning.
not just oversaturation of the grow medium, it's spraying because it all just collects down there at the bottom as it drips out in the humididome.
Humidity is one thing, oversaturation is another. You want to make sure, one of my biggest tricks is like I'll show people when we're cloning is we'll take clones, and I'll also take clones and actually put them in a solution of just straight tap water, and I'll put it in the refrigerator. I'll put it in there for a few days and then go ahead and root it. The thing is where I'm going with this is you can take a plant and root it even if it's dormant for 3 to 4 or 5 days, no matter what, the same 7, 10, 14 days rooting time, as long as you keep the saturation from getting moist all the time, the roots won't develop if it's not able to seek for moisture itself. You'll use maybe 5 to 10 cc's per root riot. Once you see them start to get to a light brown, you'll feel them. The weight difference is completely different.
Visually, they're a lot different. They dry out more evenly than you would in a large grow medium. Even a Dixie cup size, where you see the top layer dry out, on that, it still may be moist below that. We talked about the finger test. But it's such a small area, whether it's Rockwell or Root Riot, that if it starts turning a light brown, the moisture has gone throughout the entire thing.
Exactly. And if you're remoistening, you're going to use approximately 500 cc's of solution for 50 clones. If you're remoistening blocks that are completely dry, you're probably going to use about 1,000 to 1,200 milliliters to remoisten about 50 root riot cubes.
So listen, when you're watering, you don't need it too low. You adjust. If you're in rock wool, adjust it at 5.5 like Cordy said. Any lower, the rock wool will dissolve. It'll break down. It'll be just a pile of mush. And I'm sure any grower that's used rock wool has had the situation when the rock wool turns into a pile of mush, and it's due to the pH being too low. And so go at 6. Once you treat it, stick to 6.0. Because honestly, you don't want a large absorption of nitrogen either. You want all elements to be absorbed by the plant once that root sprouts evenly. If you're going to treat it with something, don't treat it with anything that contains nutrient right away or is designed to take that tap root or expand existing roots. Use something that is designed to begin rooting, and that's the Clonex solution. All right?
And also use Green Pad Juniors.
And then once the taproot pops off, that's when it starts going. And for sure, Green Pad Juniors, it cuts down your rooting time by 3 to 4 days. They've done the trials and errors. You can go search Green Pad Juniors on YouTube and actually see the time lapses with the ppm meters and everything. Higher CO2 levels mean your plants stay greener. Yeah, they absorb a little of the humidity out there too. Sorry, I just barfed in my mouth a little bit.
Blue Lab has the LEAP probe too that you could use to check the pH of the rock wool and your solution.
That's right.
So you could stick it directly in the rock wool. Use it from the Hugos as well. You could use it even to the small AOK 1.0s, 1.5, 2.0s, and plug it right into them. Get the pH of the actual cube itself, and you can also use that same probe for testing the solution that you're mixing.
Hell yeah.
All right, check it out. It's Lil Custody out in Stockton. I'm going to send you some Green Pad Juniors, man, but I'm also going to send you some other things. Let's say I'm going to rapid start from General Hydroponics, and along with a swag pack from GH. And I'm gonna, listen, once you get those roots, though, you need to make sure that everything else turns out the way that you want it, and you want to grow that fire. In today's day and age, I mean, if you're only growing 6 plants for your Percy, or you're trying to make a career out of this, you got to set yourself apart. You got to use products like Turpinator, making it AAA, bringing out the full bling.
Turpinator.
Like, seriously. Don't use the resin faker. Yeah. Get the Turpinator.
Hey, you spend money, you get the product you need.
That's Carl the Truth Williams right there.
Invest in your product.
Yeah, I think he hung up. All right, Lil Pope or Lil.
He passed out from how awesome the prize was.
That was Lil Pump?
That was Lil Pope. Little Pope.
I thought it was Lil Pump.
Bless your father, bless.
Gucci gang.
But no, this is Vope. Vope in the LBC. What up, Vope?
What up, Vope?
What's going on, player? Vope. Long Beach.
You got to speak to us, brother.
Here's an outdoor question.
He just went to Adalberto's and had to take a deuce. We'll get him back.
He's at holy moly.
He's like, man, this carne
After holding on all that time,
like, Lil Custody, you back? Did you hear that you got hooked up?
No, I didn't hear. My phone dropped. I just heard something about the green pads and.
You were so happy. You were so excited.
Tell him what he won again, Heavy T.
You won a lot. Talk to Mark.
Yep. Boom. Winner.
562-653-0707. Little Vope is back. Little Vope.
What's up? What's going on, y'all?
Your world, baby. Your world.
You know, just hanging out with Uncimo, Chris, Jerome, and Chris with a K.
That's what's up. I got a couple of questions for outdoor smart pots. I got 15-gallon smart pots. My babies are growing fast.
How big are they?
Shit.
Just got a leak, Unc.
Okay. I got my indicas are maybe 3 feet high, 4 feet high.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure this out. These caterpillar situations.
You don't got to figure it out. You got to figure out how to kill them.
Yeah. And we got you, player.
You need some Bacillus thuringiensis, which happens to be locally grown in Jerome's beard.
That's right. Also known as BT. Bacillus thuringiensis.
It's JBTA, actually, Jerome's Bacillus thuringiensis.
And that's not the only thing growing in Jerome's beard. Let's not mention everything else.
All right.
Bacillus thuringiensis. It's also available in like Safer's Caterpillar Killer, Safer's brand Caterpillar Killer, or anything that's made for caterpillars that contains Bacillus thuringiensis or BT. And you'll want to spray that. Yeah, you'll want to spray that on the plants. First, test a few leaves or one plant just on like a couple leaves, and let it go a couple days to see if you have any phototoxicity from it.
There shouldn't be a
There shouldn't be, but there shouldn't be. But always, that's just what you do with everything.
Yeah,
that's like, I'm just trying to keep them on the right track.
Use it 5 mils per gallon. You could use it as a foliar or drench at that rate. Use
all
your experience. He's not a grower, bro, but it works.
I wouldn't use it as a drench since you have caterpillars eating the leaves on your plants. I would spray it on the leaves because they have to eat it from the leaf to actually kill them.
Yeah.
But you use this, and you're going to have to use this every 3 to 5 days, because you're going to continue to get.
There's
these,
not a residual effect
right.
under UV of the sun. It's going
I
to break
bought
down.
some praying mantis and stuff. About like
okay, so yeah, go
those
use
scare the
those.
shit out of me.
Fuck Bacillus thuringiensis.
Use those too, but also spray your plants with BT.
The praying mantis.
They fucking will bite you, dude. You can buy them at like Armstrong. Is that where you got it?
Okay, guys.
Did you hatch it yourself?
Not guys, him, dog, or them. Yeah,
you hatched it.
right.
How long did
My
it take
bad.
to hatch? I'm curious.
8 weeks.
Fuck.
8 weeks.
And
you
got
got to
scissored
pre-plan
that whole
for your
time.
infestation, right there, and your IPM is way ahead of time.
Yeah.
How many did you get?
Go to your local hydro store and get some
300
BT.
from Amazon. You get 300 eggs. I'm 300, probably like 100.
And also make sure that you pick
they
the
will all hatch.
caterpillars
Some
off.
take like 3 months.
Because they're going to burrow through your flowers, and they're going to piss and shit their way through it, and it's going to rot the bud inside, and you won't notice it. And then you'll go to dry it out, and when you harvest it and it's all dry and you go to break it apart, it's just going to have mold all through it and a bunch of caterpillar shit and piss. So you have to be diligent about this. And everyone in Southern California, we've said this many times on here, there's like a lot of moth species in Southern California, and they come from the caterpillars, right? So it's very common to have caterpillars. I don't know anyone who's ever grown plants outside and gone the full season and didn't have caterpillar damage if they didn't treat for the caterpillars.
You gotta watch the Mothman prophecies.
And BT is the safest all-natural occurring fungus or bacteria that is harmless to humans and fish.
Safe. It's safe for your praying mantises.
Yeah,
it's
and for your praying mantis, it's safe. And
It's
you just have to spray the leaves and.
How far in the flower can you spray it?
I mean, once
each and every day.
Yeah, each and every day until like maybe the last week or so, just to let the UV light break it down.
And also the time of spraying is important too.
Absolutely, you should spray early in the morning or late in the afternoon
yes.
when they're not
Right
in
now.
direct sunlight. Correct. When it's still light outside, but the sun's not beating down on them, just give them a good and proper spray. And Jerome will probably tell you as well, like use like a Wagner paint sprayer or a fogger instead of like a backpack pump thing.
Well, there's two
it'll last
sprayers
a
I
lot
love,
longer.
and the only thing I like about it is it's portable. Ryobi makes this electric sprayer that we use in the gardens that'll spray up
Shout
to
out to our
35
new sponsor,
psi.
Ryobi.
They should
Shout
be. I
out.
mean, it's green. The other
is
one I
cash.
like
Fuck that.
is Wagner makes an X7 and an X5 paint sprayer. Those will actually atomize or create a fine mist that's safe to use with a lot of different biologicals, from teas and nematodes along down the line to obviously the BT or
Even
safer.
chlorella.
Oh, you can use chlorella. You can use her twin sister, Dorella,
Chris,
Dorito.
is chlorella available on WebJoint?
That was the triplets.
Yeah, I've always dreamed of triplets.
Hey, Bo. Hey, Bo.
Hey, also, I got a question too,
Oh,
man.
of course you do.
So I got 50-gallon smart pots, and my babies are drinking a lot of water, right? So, I feeding them every other day. Not feeding, I feed
They big booty
once,
girls.
and then give them like 2 days later, just give them supplements, liquid karma, raw sugar, terpinator.
You should
Now,
still give them some base nutrients, though. And also, a small plant like that in a 15-gallon container usually it's very rare. Like you don't want a 3-foot-tall plant in a 15-gallon container because typically it won't dry out quick enough. Now, maybe based on where you live and maybe your plants are jamming, they may be drinking up and you need to water them every other day.
Don't walk.
Are you noticing, like, do you have them on saucers or on the ground?
Got them on the ground on the grass, and every other day they start to wilt.
Okay, yeah. Then you might want to water a little more. And a good thing to do is also put a saucer underneath each one, like a plastic saucer. It keeps them from growing into the ground where they're sitting at. And also, it will, when you water them, you'll be able to see the runoff building up in the saucer, and you know that you've thoroughly watered each plant and all the way out to the edges as well. And then the leftover water that's down there, the plant will suck it back up as it needs it over the next day or so, and maybe it'll keep you from getting to wilting.
Okay, nice.
Good knowledge.
Nice,
Good
yeah.
knowledge.
Oh, dang. That's why I fuck with y'all.
Oh, you fuck with us, we fuck with you. We're sending you shit. Thank you very much.
We're glad he got the whole statement in without Jerome interrupting him. Thank you, Jerome. That was real nice.
Yeah, thanks, man. I just wanted to give him that last little
shit, is
tidbit.
Uncimo taking
Now
sides?
everybody's attacking Jerome. Now I'm gonna have to start defending Jerome all of a
It's
sudden.
all good. When you're
This is
good at
better-
what you do,
this is
people
better
are
than
gonna hate.
professional
It's all
wrestling.
good.
Hey, we got a shout out
Better than professional
from
wrestling.
D-Town, from Leon. Shout out.
Leon.
Yo.
What up?
What up, man? This is Leon from All Purpose, man, with the organic insecticide.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
The leaf wash. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's from
me,
right
alright,
down
man.
by the beach, boy.
You heard?
Yeah, you know how it is already. Yeah, man, I've just been listening to you guys' show, man, and you guys rocks, man. So, yeah, keep up the good work, Bridget.
Thanks, you, Leon. Now, All Per Plus is an all-natural pest control fungicide. It's basically, well, how would you classify it? As a pesticide, a fungicide, or maybe like a plant tonic, Leon?
It's all in one, insecticide, fungicide, miticide, or caricide, so it's a multifunctional product.
You know, out here, a lot of commercial growers are checking out the agricultural department rolling through, telling them they can't use this product, that product. They need a special license to use these active ingredients. How is All Per Plus dealing with the new regulations, especially out here in California?
Yeah, we fit right in. All of our ingredients are approved for California use. We're listed too, so yeah, man, All Purpose is the way to go.
And if I want to grab it, what? Go to the local hydro store. What's up? Online?
Our website would be the main place to go, allpurplus.com. So yeah, it's much more easier for you guys to access it that way.
You still in Michigan, Leon?
Yeah, I'm still in Detroit, man. I got to represent Detroit, bro.
Yeah,
that's all.
represent, baby.
That's where I was born, motherfuckers.
517.
Okay, all right.
St. John's Hospital.
213.
I know what time it is, player. Thanks for calling us,
I was
man.
raised in the 213, and then became the 310, and then the 562.
I was in the 689.
And now guess where I'm at? 90210, bitches.
Yes,
indeed. That's where Chris is trying to go. Not Horty Chris, but Web Join Chris, man. You guys are doing your thing over here. Listen, you heard about growers and all these different elements going into it. You're sitting in on the show, and you've grown
I'm
yourself.
just taking it all in. Yeah, y'all know what she's talking about.
Well, you said
Sounds
that you weren't fucking with a workflow because your workflow management system, point of sale system for cannabis retailers is legit. Why not looking at the grow aspect? It's
a different monster. People say, hey, you do retail, so why don't you do cultivation?
Is it your ego allowing you to say, listen, hey, I don't have the knowledge to be able to make the best product?
Without cultivation.
I mean, the thing is like if I did jump into it, we'd be spreading ourselves thin. I'd be spreading myself thin. Like I'd be trying. Like there's so much to do on the retail side. You know what I mean? So hopping over on cultivation, it's like there's so much more to learn. So,
well, if you ever do decide to develop something, Jerome, Horty, myself, we would love to work with you and give you some insight, just for a piece of equity in your company.
Yeah,
right. Y'all bringing all them millions in, shit.
Take it easy, Unc.
You
You ain't getting no stem cells for that knee, sucker. You better believe. We might go to Rite Aid and get you a bootleg
That's
fucking.
the best I'm going to get.
The $10 little chingadera that goes over
With
it.
them know that Cali love.
There's nothing but love, player. Nothing but love.
$10 fucking bracelet ain't too much love.
Man, it's actually $27.50, and I have one at the
now
house
that's
for you,
some
man.
love. There you go. Use $27.50.
Let's talk to D. He's got a question about
I
cocoa.
feel good.
Yo, D, what's going on?
Yeah, man. I'm actually in my room. I don't know if you can hear me like good, but just starting up the cocoa was my first time. I was doing the hydro for a while. I just wanted to move to cocoa, and it's kind of confusing because I don't know if I should feed it every day, or if I should water or let it get dry at least every day before I water it or fertilize it. And if I do fertilize, I just want to know if I should do.
All right. Well, slow down, D.
Woo!
All right,
Player,
D.
man. Good thing you called in, dog, because we're going to, after you talk to us, you're going to sleep so much better tonight.
Cocoa is a hydroponic form of growing. You still need to feed full strength each and every time. Got it?
All right.
If you just give
Full
fresh
strength?
water, like it looks like dirt. If you treat it like super soil, like it looks like, you're going to starve your plant, and you're not going to optimize your plant. So you need to feed it basically full strength each and every time at the correct pH.
All right.
Outside that, how often do you feed it is when it dries out. It could be when you first plant and the roots are starting to grow. It could be once every 2, 3, 4 days. In the swing of things during bloom, with a 3-gallon pot, a 3-gallon smart pot, big city cocoa that's nicely aerated, a 3-foot plant that's hedged out, I'm looking at watering probably 3/4 of a gallon on each plant, a half gallon at least, each plant daily.
All right, dang. I was just thinking if I should water in between feedings or something like that, or
No, you feed every time.
You're gonna be better off where you don't have to feed so frequently with a smaller hydroponic medium like you were using. If it was Hydroton or Grodan or whatnot, you have a bigger surface area. It retains more moisture, so you have a buffer. But all your hydroponic nutrients that you were using, you can use in your cocoa, right? If they're specific for hydro and not cocoa, all you're going to do is add a little bit more calcium and magnesium, and maybe break down high potassium bloom simulator, reduce that a little bit. But I wouldn't even go there. I would just up my CalMag Plus from 2 to 3 mils to 4 to 5 mils, and you'll be groovy.
And Heavy T is the Cocoa Ninja, so he would know.
Yeah.
So take that advice. And also,
I couldn't get no good info on the internet about like how much, like even.
Well, I'm on the internet, and you just got it.
Whatever. I couldn't. There's just a lot of bullshit. You know, everybody goes. Well, I don't know what they call, but those where they diamond on each other and talk. You know, forums and all that bullshit.
Yeah, they're trolls.
Check this out also, man. A good way, and we've said it a couple times on the show earlier tonight, a good way to tell if you need to water is you can pick up the container and feel how heavy it feels. Is kind of a start. And then you can also put your finger into the second knuckle, halfway between the stalk of the plant and the edge of the container. And if the tip of your finger is cool and moist, then the plant doesn't need to be watered. If it's warm and dry and it's like the lighter color, like the stuff on the very, very top might look, because when you water it, it gets darker, right? And then as the top dries out, people see that it gets to be a lighter color, and they think like coffee grounds that were wet and then dried out, and they go, "Oh my God, it must be dry. I need to water it because it's not dark on the top again." But that doesn't mean it needs water.
Yeah.
So to the second knuckle, if the tip of your finger is cool and moist, you don't need to water quite yet, but keep your eye on it. And if it's warm and dry, and then you pick up the container and the plant feels pretty light, then go ahead and water it until you have a little bit of runoff.
And remember, it's a good thing to let your plant become thirsty. You don't want it to wilt, but you want it to be thirsty. So you want that medium to dry out so those roots search out water. This is what nature has designed them to do, to search out water, right? So as those grow bigger, the correlation between how much your root zone is growing is directly related to how much the top of your plant is growing, both in structure during vegetative growth and then during bud formation during flower. So if your roots are doo-doo in either one of those transitions or throughout, you're going to be bummed out. I don't care how green your leaves look or what strain you got. Everything starts with the roots, and you can see the difference above it. Like you'll hear us talk about when someone over-fertilizes or fucks up the root zone and over-waters, you'll get a clawing, a discoloration. We'll talk about stimulating the root zone to grow again because everything is based on that. It pivots on that. You get the root zone growing again, you get the above soil line growing again.
Yeah, I'm scared of over fertilizing. You know, so I just kind of wanted to ask. I never.
Okay, well, if you hold on, but if you are, for all the listeners and yourself, I understand that, D. A lot of growers are more is better, and they're dumping shit in there, right? And we've seen them frizzle fry their plants, and I'm sure you don't want to do that. It's always easier to add a little bit more than it is to take it out. So if you're going to be cautious, be cautious. It's fine to be cautious. Listen, D, let me finish talking before you get it in. Keep a grow journal and enter in how much you're using of the nutrient per gallon of water, how often you're watering, and then note the symptoms of the plant. Your actual physical observation. Look at it. Look at the new growth. Touch the tissue of the plant. Is it soft and spongy? Is it crisp like a celery stick? There's a lot of things that you can observe, okay? And your observation, not just your eyes, but the way the plant feels, the touching the soil. All those things are entered in your grow journal. And then from there, you can step up your game each and every time, where if you were half the newts that you should have been using on this particular strain, and you realize, hey, man, I didn't yield this as much as I wanted to, I'm going to try to change this part of my game because everything else that I have recorded, it seems to me, has been on point. I listen to Heavy T, Jerome, and Chris. I know that from what they've said, this is what I should be doing. The one variable that needs to be changed is my nutrient strength, and then you can start adjusting those things moving in. Grow to grow. Over my first 20 years of growing, I expected it to get better each and every fucking time. Shut off his mic.
I've been growing for 20 years.
Shut off his mic.
You haven't even let me speak.
Quit pulling a Jerome over there, huh? Cutting people off.
Well, all right. You know, what were you gonna say, Jerome mean good.
Do you have a EC and pH meter?
Yeah, they're kind of old. I got a TDS mini. It's a total dissolved solid, but a mini, and I got the yellow and black pH 100, 800.
Yeah, just keep those.
900.
You got some boo boo.
Just keep those. And any girl you bring home,
the reason I was asking
is tester. You got
chlorella. It's like Heavy T said to keep a journal, right? But you can't grow in a hydroponic method without a meter to know what your pH and EC of what you're feeding your plants is. It's very. I mean, you can if you're lucky and just pull it off by a blind miracle, but you have to know these things. And if you don't, you're driving blind. And if you can't afford or don't have the budget for the proper meters and you don't like keep them clean and take care of them like the scientific instruments they are, then you're not going to have success. But do you
Horty, like going back to like the beginner days, I used to nerd out and take a journal. And the thing is when your meter's brand new, hey, I'm telling you right now. Hey, check this out.
I'm listening.
Mix your reservoir with a brand new meter. You know, recheck the calibration, whatever. Take a journal. Add your nutrients per gallon. Check your starting water's pH and EC levels. Document after each nutrient you add to the reservoir the pH and EC fluctuation. So as you add those throughout your journal, you're going to be able to.
You need to develop this.
All I'm saying is this: we see fluctuations. For me, when I see something that's irregular, I know something's wrong. So being able to notice, this is another thing is there's different nutrient companies. I've helped them not only develop their products, but find flaws in their products by being able to see the EC and pH fluctuations by adding their product. If something's off, that means something's wrong. If you don't have consistency, you're not going to have relatively, yield and potency levels that are consistent across the board. So you have to pay attention to the little things. If you want to have a good product, you're going to listen to me. I win shit. Horty, he don't fucking grow. T, I got respect.
So he obviously disagrees. He obviously disagrees with everything I just told you. But let's get back to trying to help you with your problem.
Hey, hold on. Let me remind everyone. Turn off their mics real quick. Let me remind everyone. If you want to have this live in your life, don't forget, tonight is the last night to enter the Dodgers SoCal Grower Skybox Sweepstakes presented by Miller Soil, co-sponsored by DFZ Radio and Honor the Plant. Because growers need a day off, too. Who needs a day off? A 6-year-old rapper with a bad knee. He needs a day off.
Oh, thank you.
Can you get a ticket? Nope.
Oh, ain't that
you got to enter over here, You can win one of 20 tickets to the Dodger versus Padre game on August 25th. Today is the last day to enter. Enjoy access to a private skybox and hang out with fellow growers, including Jiggity Jerome and Horty Chris.
Y'all better get on it.
You can see how they fight about who has the cutest dress on that day. You can hang out with fellow growers from all over Southern California. All winners receive a swag bag. Enter to win by clicking on the link in DFZ Radio bio. Make sure to give some love to the co-sponsors, Miller Soils LLC, and Honor the Plant. And go follow You Know What's Good and follow at Horty Chris. D,
Man, how do they not have Miller on the Miller Lite? I was gonna show just the Miller part. What the fuck? There's no. It just says light. That's some bullshit.
Okay.
I'm just
Hey, D,
saying.
I think you got the gist of what we're saying.
Miller saw it.
Feed every
Yeah,
single
appreciate
time.
it, man.
It's hydroponic method. If you're not feeding, and this
Hey,
is
Heavy T, would you ask him what his pH and EC is?
No, because
Maybe
you want to
that'll
know
let him
how
know
frequently
when-
to fucking feed,
maybe,
asshole.
Maybe that'll let him know if he's overfeeding, like his concern is. So, what's your pH and EC?
I just said I haven't. I'm just barely starting. They're little, man. They're about 6 inches.
What's your
They're barely-
pH and
barely-
EC?
First week, veg.
What's your pH and your EC?
We ain't got a meter to give him, so I don't know if you're building.
I'm just
up to
asking
that.
him. He said he has meters, remember, and he calibrates them. So, what's your pH and your
Yeah,
EC?
I got a TDS.
Oh, can I come
Yeah,
up?
but he's
co-host
got a
this
yellow.
show?
Hey, dog.
Can I
if
give
you're
this show
listening,
to
he's got
these
a
guys?
yellow mini and shit. Get yourself a Blue Lab Leap Pro.
I
and stick
agree,
it
but
in
I'm
your
just
medium.
asking him, what is your pH and your EC? What is the measurement?
His probes are
of,
whack, dog. It
of
ain't
what you're
true.
feeding your plants.
My pH is at 6.3 right now.
And what's your EC or your ppm?
They're about 6. I think it was like 650. Something around there.
And they're small plants?
Yeah, they're small right now.
Okay.
It's my first week of
Okay,
it.
I would say you're probably, how tall are they?
They're about like 8 inch, 6 inches.
I would say that's
They grew
probably
2 inches in 2 seconds.
Hey, that feeding them 600 and some change on the ppm isn't fertilizing them too much, and your pH is 6.3. That's pretty decent. You
Yeah.
might want to go down to like a 6.0.
Yeah.
But 6.3 is the top of the range, somewhere between 5.8 and 6.2.
But feed every single time.
Yep.
All right. And if you're worried about it, less is better because it's always easier to add more. Think about like you're a chef in the kitchen. You're a grower in your garden. Okay. So if the recipe needs this much flour and you're scared you're going to overdo it and you're in the kitchen, you may fold in, 2/3 of that, see how it responds, and then continue. As a grower,
I'm
your
following
best
the
utility, your
gauge,
best
the
tool
gauge.
is your observation. If you're growing hydro, you need to know the pH and the EC, absolutely. But in cocoa is a lot more forgiving as far as how much you water or how much food you give it. Right? If you overdo it in cocoa, the mentality is, oh, I need to flush. You don't just go flush with fresh water. You still need to give it a little bit of food at a diluted amount, or something like a tea, or something like an enzyme to help break down any heavy metals.
Wake up, Unc. Wake
I'm
up.
not
Wake
sleeping.
up, player.
I'm
All right,
trying to get
D,
close.
man, we can spend the whole time on this. Go back to the drawing board.
So I can hear him better. What are you talking
What's
about?
up?
I use the Maxi series. I use the grow.
Well, I'm going to send you the
Maxi
Coco
series,
Tech
the
A and
next
B.
one.
I'm going to send you the Coco Tech A and B player. It's specifically designed for cocoa. I'm also going to send you some Cali Magic, and some Smart Pot, some Floralicious Plus, and a Heavy Tea swag pack. All for you, D. I appreciate you, man. We're all over the place late in the show. That's how we roll. But you got love for us. I know you do. I'll talk to you next time.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
thanks
can't
for
wait to see
calling,
you guys
brother.
One of the events, you know what I'm saying?
All right, go to the event. I think that's what I'm saying.
Go
Is that-
register for the sweepstakes.
Yeah, tonight's the last night. He's in NorCal. You can say you're in SoCal and come here. It's just come early because we're gonna see Jerome get kicked out for smoking.
Sound like a winning. Sound like a
Oh, it's
winning.
my mic. I ain't gonna get kicked out for smoking.
You're about to get kicked out for keep interrupting this gentleman, this honorable young man, right? He's trying to make a statement, and you keep interrupting him.
Damn, why you kissing his ass so much? He ain't young and
Maybe he's just
motherfucking ain't a
observing,
man.
player. I don't know.
Yeah, why he's got to be kissing ass and shit. I don't understand where you're going with that, bro.
Oh no, Unk's taking sides. We're coming right back. Heavy T's go. Can you answer the phone, Mark? Where the fuck is our screener? We just losing calls left and right because of Mark. I think he's selling drugs outside. I think he's selling drugs outside right now. He's at 1732 Bellflower Boulevard. And no, he's
Man,
not
that was
doing
a
it.
roller right there. Shit, this thing was getting hot.
Hey, what are we gonna listen to right now? Is this the new?
We're gonna go back to the Unk.
Okay, what's this on? What's the story about this?
This is crazy. I got a friend named David Brandon, and he lives in Hollywood. And he's about to move to Germany in 10 days for like 4 years. He does music, and he also dances for, I believe it's Lady Gaga. I think that's what he dances for. He's the lead dancer. Man, it's awesome. And his music is tight. When you hear this song, he and this guy, Gilbert, I believe his name. I was so loaded last night. I said, I'm loaded.
They
all
got the
the
good
time.
shit up there?
Yeah.
He needed to smoke
but
everything here before he went to Germany.
He had quit smoking. He didn't even smoke anymore. When we talked on the phone, I didn't know that. When I get to the house, he told me, he said, well, Unc, I don't smoke anymore. I stopped smoking for like 7 months now because of my voice. It fucks with my voice when I sing.
I feel you.
So he said, but I'm going to smoke with you. This is special to me. I need to smoke with you. You know what I'm saying? So I said, man, hold up, bro. I'm honored like hell. So me and him was down there.
You broke bread?
Yeah, we were smoking. He got a call from the guitar player who's on this song with him, and he asked he asked me, he said, Unc, you mind if the guitar come pass over? I said, hold up now. I'm in your motherfucking house. How am I mind if somebody come over? Fuck that. Let's tell Neff come on in here, man. Shit, I want to meet him. So he comes in there and he told him, let me play this song for you. So he played my song for him. And my song starts off, I'm a bad motherfucker. Then I could see in this other guy's face, Gilbert, that he was shocked. He's like, what? What the fuck? So he said, wait, play our song for Unc. So they played his song, and here come his song right now. This is their song. It was such an honor. They asked me to actually get on their song in the back vocals, and you're going to hear me in the back vocals touching up. Check it out.
All right, here we go. Happy T's Grow Show, DFC Radio, Doctor.
We got the bad moves down the street. All my flavors a VIP. I could be the only man to blow your mind. A different kind of different girl, a one of a kind. So if you a bad bitch, get on the floor. I got the magic, that's for sure. My time. Oh.
Sure enough. You got to feel this. You got to feel this, baby. Get out on that. Get out on the floor. Rock with us. Rock with us.
I dare you to satisfy me. I got paper blowing all around me. I'm a hungry man, girl. Eat it all tonight. The night is young, bitch, and it's supper time. So if you a bad bitch, get on the floor.
Get out on the floor.
I got the magic down below.
You know I got it.
And I just got paid, girl. Blow it all tonight, yeah. I'll play you something funky, girl, 'cause you're just my type. Oh.
Want that. I got to have that. I need it. Come on, lay it on. Yeah. 'Cause we a bad motherfucker. Yes, we are. We some bad motherfuckers. Check us out. It's what we do.
I wanna take my time, girl, yes I can. I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am. Wanna take my time, girl, yes I can. I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am. I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am. I'm a bad mother, I'm a bad mother, I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am.
Yes, we are. We do this every day. We do this thing again. So we're right. Get out on the floor. Show me what you're working with. Bring it. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Shout out to my man, DJ Saint, my brother.
Okay, got your ballast, check. Reflectors, check. Fans, check. Just about ready to get growing. The last thing you need is your bulbs.
Let me get like 12 of, whatever's the cheapest you got.
Bro, really? You're using the best soils, best nutrients, best equipment, and you're going to use an Econo brand lamp? If you really want the best of the best, you need to go with the Uncimo Hilux Grow Lamp. Uncimo Hilux Grow Lamps have the highest quality and consistency in their construction, and they're engineered to give your plants the light spectrum they need for the best growth and biggest harvest. Plus, Uncimo is the only company that offers 2100 micromole light output without needing to overdrive your lamps and ballast. That means more light for your plants and longer light for your lamps.
Wow, I had no idea. Okay, sold. Give me the Uncimo Hilux Grow Lamps.
Professional growers know not every lamp will give plants what they need to optimize their growth and yields and maximize profits. That's why the pros choose Uncimo Hilux Grow Lamps. Offered in a full range of high-pressure sodium, metal halide, and ceramic metal halide options, Uncimo Hilux Grow Lamps ensure that your plants are covered from seed to harvest no matter what lighting system you're using. For over 50 years, Uncimo has been a trusted name and a leader in specialty lighting, and they stand by the name with a no-questions-asked 1-year warranty. So whether you run 5 lights or 500, you can be confident that you're buying the best horticulture lamps on the market. Ask for Uncimo Hilux Grow Lamps and make sure to check them out online at www.uncimo.com.
You are listening to Heavy T's Grow Show on DFZ Radio Network.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
What is? Hey, are you a soil grower and tired of using salt and synthetic-based fertilizers and not getting the results that you wanted? Well, for hydroponics, those products work great. But in soil, they suck. All those feeding schedules are out of range for what we think is good for soil growers. Mission Fertilizer is a new product on the market that's specific to soil gardening. They have a Grow, Bloom, and Boost. It's a super premium organic 1 part grow, 1 part bloom, and 1 part boost. It's a feeding program that can be used in bag soils like Ocean Forest and Happy Frog, Victory Mix, or Empire Builder, even Roots Organic, Royal Gold, and so forth. It can be used in any soil mix. Super simple to use, 1 part grow, 1 part bloom, and 1 part boost to get the most out of your garden. It's organic listed, pH stable, and safe to use with tap water. No need to ppm or EC or pH your tap water if you're mixing in Mission Fertilizer liquid. Go to missionfertilizer.com, grow the best, and see the proof is in the plants.
Heavy T hooked me up, man. Thanks.
That's right.
Hey, bro, your garden's looking sweet, man. What are you using?
Yeah, man, I'm using a premium cocoa nutrient, Cocoa Tech A and B, man. It's an aggressive formula for increased yield during the flowering phase.
Wow, so this is made specially for cocoa?
You better believe it, man. It comes with easy-to-use 2-part formula. Formulated aggressive growth and superior blooms. Whoa, bro. Yeah, man. Tell 'em, Bob.
This aggressive formula contains proprietary blends of calcium to ensure your plants thrive. Backed by years of research, Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Nutrients are specifically designed to support and enhance your cocoa core growing experience. Use Cocoa Tech Premium Nutrients with Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Core for optimum results.
Yeah, man. That was awesome. So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Not getting good results from those compost CO2 makers? Dude, your mushroom bag just ate 3 of my plants. Introducing the GreenPad CO2 generator. The simple, economical, and effective way to add CO2 to your indoor garden. Just hang, spray, and walk away. It's that easy. Since I ditched my old mushroom bags and switched to the GreenPad CO2 generator, I couldn't be happier. I just hang, spray, and walk away. It's really that easy. I don't have to worry about any runaway spores contaminating my room or wondering if it's actually working. I just listen to the gentle sound the GreenPads make when they're wet, and I know it's working. Thanks, GreenPads! More effective than those organic CO2 bags, the GreenPad CO2 generator will help increase the CO2 level in your indoor garden safely and easily. Just find a spot high in your garden, hang the pad with the specially designed hangers, spray the GreenPad with water, and that's it. Just hang, spray, and walk away. Adding CO2 to your indoor garden has never been easier. The GreenPad CO2 generator, available at finer hydroponic shops or online at thegreenpadstore.com. thegreenpadstore.com. That's thegreenpadstore.com.
You are listening to the Heavy T Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy T, Horty Chris, or Dr. Duffman. Killing it.
I tell you, this is the life.
Ever since we started working here at Sanctuary Soil, I couldn't be happier. It's nice to work at a place where they treat you like the artist that you are.
Tell me about it. So many places just throw you in the dirt, feed you junk, and drip water on your head.
Yeah, sounds more like torture than a job.
And how do they expect you to do great things when they don't give you the right tools? I can't do it if you treat me like garbage.
I hear ya. You give me the highest quality organic materials like woody biomass and grasses, put me in a healthy, clean environment, and I can practically poop gold.
Not to mention alfalfa meal, arborist material. They even bathe us in a healthy biological tea full of enzymes and other good stuff. You know, I get a little choked up just thinking about how all those customers are gonna benefit from the hard work we put into providing them with the best products available.
I just wish more companies were like Sanctuary Soil. It's nice to work with people who care about their customers and care about the environment.
Yeah, this is the life. Hey, I'm pretty full. Think it's about time to go make some magic, if you know what I mean.
Well, a worm's work is never done.
See you in a few.
You got anything to read? This could take a while.
Sanctuary Soil's Buckaroo brand premium worm casting, the all-in-one soil amendment that's safe for the environment, children, and pets. For more information and to see a list of current retailers, visit our site at sanctuarysoil.com.
DFCRadio.com.
Too much stuff. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff. Man, cut that fool. That's too much stuff. He talking all over the callers. That's too much stuff. His wife hands all over my ballers. She has too much stuff. The same 3 jokes every show. That's too much stuff. A black guy his wife have to blow. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff. She got too much stuff. That's too much stuff. That's what he's pimping 101. Too much stuff. You're listening to the Heavy T Grow Show on DFZRadio.com.
Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money.
Heavy T Grow Show, baby.
You are listening to Heavy T's Grow Show on DFZ Radio Network.
Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blood, purple drink up in my cup, crank it up, crank it on up. That's D, oh that's D. Got me smoking the bass, no stress cheese. Now hold up, now roll up. Check the situation, bout to go nuts. With a little bit of perp up in my cup. You could tell the bartender to fill it on up. That's alright, baby, work your stuff. And that's all night, baby, work your strut. You and your friends can ride when I go. Take a little spin in my Monte Carlo. Take a little dip, baby, show you how I roll. Take a little hit, baby, puff on the hydro. Eyes so lit, make me look like my eyes closed. Purple Drake mix, make me look like my eyes glow. Hypno Grey Goose with a little grape juice. That's how it is, so I'ma have to take side diesel in my blood. Purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood. Purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blood, purple drink up in my cup, crank it up, crank it on up. It's the ADX team with no
ride in between. And we stay fresh and clean when we hop on the scene. And we style on them, profile on them. If they wanna act crazy, then we wild on them. It's the S to the T and that Cambo G. Either Maserati blue or the Lambo green. And that Chevrolet mean when it drop on the street. Either hating on you or they hating on me. And it's shaved up, raised up. Drive it to the flow, got them blades to stay tough. And the candy on the bike, same color as sour. Catch me on the site 100 miles per hour. This is my life, so this ain't ours. So I stay tight, so this is power. With the ADX team, you could call us some brave hearts. Sour diesel trees, you could call it the trademark. Side diesel in my blunt, purple drink in my cups. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel.
What is? Yo, check it out. We got Heavy T's Grow Show right here. It's been an awesome time. Shout out to WebJoint. Go to webjoint.com. Go follow WebJoint CEO to get down with Chris. Uncimo's in the house. Unc. Man.
He's getting ready, man.
I know. And your microphone, Unc? Your microphone?
Yeah, it's up there.
There you go. Come on, Unc.
I will be all right. I will little sometimes. I'm like a little boy, a little baby.
Unc, we just, for your new radio show, we just got you a sponsorship for Depends. Are you down playing your phone in the fucking microphone?
I'm trying to get the information so I can shout out the Neffs that made that song, man. That song. Did y'all like that song just now? That's all I want.
Yeah,
if you like the song, give me a call in and let me know if you like the song or not. If you didn't like it, also call in and let us know that. But I got to make a correction. I said my brother's name was Gilbert with my loaded ass. The names are actually, here, I'm going to give you the Instagrams. One is at David, DAVID, LEIBRANDT. And the other one is Cody, CODYJASPERMUSIC. Cody Jasper Music. And that joint, they gave me the honor of being on that song, man, and I'm so blessed, man. But it's all about God's power, dog. Seriously. How it all came to be was all about, literally, I had chills from just seeing how it all came to be.
That whole tune, I mean, that's got a lot of potential. In my opinion, that shit's hot.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting on nothing that's cold. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. Not to my folks. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
And when I heard this joint, bro, I mean, I didn't ask to get on it. I was sitting like that, man. I wish I could get on that motherfucker.
Oh, gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it
to you. But the best blessed part, when you listen to it closely, the very first part of the song comes out. That's me talking about, I'm a bad motherfucker. So he gave me props big time, man. Shout out to both of them. I love them to death, bro.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate you coming through again tonight. I'm excited about things that we're going to collabing on over here. You know, Uncimo, give him a follow on IG, UNCIMO. He's all over the map over here at cannabis events. He's a sesh master, pretty much. It's like the one dude is a roast master general. You're the sesh master general, I feel like.
Yeah, well, let me mention too. Soon I'm gonna get my own podcast right in the same shop. You heard me? We're gonna go live with the Reverend Herb show. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna bring. It's all about marijuana. It's all about sharing love with each other. There's no religion involved. There's no Christianity. None of that bull. I'm sorry. It's just all about. We should love each other. We should uplift each other. We should not be beating each other down for no reason. The only reason I beat Jerome down is because he's close to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason.
And he deserves it a little bit.
Yeah, he does. You know what I'm saying?
Don't try and be nice now. Come on, man.
I got to ride home with him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you owe my mama an apology, man. You flaked out on her, dog. You fucking up.
I told you I had an event to go to, man. To work.
Yeah,
Man, that dude there, bro. God damn.
You guys got something to work out. I've got 30 minutes to kill.
My mama loves you.
You know, like he's the first guy to turn her down for a date. Come
oh
on,
my
man.
God! Hey, this is going too far.
Hey, guess what, y'all? They gave me some smart water, so I'm gonna actually grow up my intelligence level a little bit.
And smart waters.
Man, smart pot, smart water is best.
All right, check this out. I'm gonna do a grand prize question. Give some time for people to think about this. I'm here with these two little girls, and most girls
dog,
I know,
pull your panties out.
Most girls that I know always bitching about their weight. So let's do this. Since is this the 3+ crew that we got going on? 300 pounds plus over here.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers submitted their weights to me, and I'm going to bring a scale next week to verify this.
Let's do it. You go ahead, bro.
Let's do it.
On air, we're going to verify this, but let's do this for the grand prize. Guess the combined weight of Heavy T, Horty Chris, and Jiggity Jerome. The combined weight of Horty Chris,
With a little
Heavy
bit of
T, and
same,
Jiggity
right?
Jerome. You're going to
Yeah.
win a Blue Lab meter. You're also going to win a Turpinator gallon, some original green pads from Green Pads, a full line of Mission fertilizer, $150 double-ended 1,000-watt max power bulb, some smart pots.
Don't be a dummy.
You better get your calculators
I see
out.
Dr. Duff
Don't
just
be a
walked
dummy.
in.
Use
Dr.
those
Duff's
smart
news
pots.
is coming up right here. The world according to
what?
Duff.
Hey, and how are we doing that grand prize? The person closest to the total weight
No,
wins?
within Dr. Duff's weight of our weight.
The person within the total weight.
So who's what? But no, if no one guesses it, I'm
Wait,
saying
was that English?
Whoever's closest to the total weight
Almost.
wins, right?
Tomorrow night.
Whoever's closest to the total weight, is it without going over, like the Price is Right, or on either side of the coin?
Applebee's.
Okay.
We have to decide how the winner's going to be judged now.
Whoever is
all
closest,
the lines. How about this? All the lines tally, get a guess. And the person that's closest without going over.
See, you
Price is
just
right.
don't listen.
I like it.
You want to say without going over, or just the person closest on either side of the
This
coin?
is the showcase showdown.
Okay, so I guess you're gonna have to go without going over.
Yep.
Whoever's
I
closest.
like it.
All right.
And if you're 420 pounds over, you got to just fucking never call again.
And you win a David Crockett hat.
That's some big numbers. That's all I'm gonna tell
Oh my
y'all right
gosh.
now.
This thing is
All right.
peaking right now.
Don't think like no just 600 pounds.
I
or
told you
nothing,
what
know
you
I'm
won.
saying? 200 pounds each.
Yeah,
Don't think that
motherfucker,
route.
you
Remember,
see-
the camera
you see these
adds
titties?
400 pounds.
Yeah, the camera
at
adds
least.
400 pounds.
It's not without going over.
Jerome's beard is 200 pounds.
How
You
much
know
do
what
we
I'm saying?
combine?
My balls
Wait.
are 200 pounds.
Oh, that's what she said.
562
Yes, time to call it now. Please dial
Play some shit.
1-1-1-5-775.
Take me out of this misery. This is brought to you by Beach Center.
Uh-oh. Get down, Beach Center.
Liberty Cannabis.
Yeah, look how we gonna turn it up a little bit, baby. Jerome Twist. Uh-oh. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. VIP.
I could be the only man to blow your mind.
I'ma blow your mind.
Different kind of different, girl. I'm one of a kind.
You one of a kind.
Get on the floor.
Get out on my floor.
Got the magic. That's for sure.
You know I
She got
got
a little
it.
bit, she got a lot of it. I don't give a fuck. Know what the fuck?
Oh,
Don't give
yeah.
a fuck. Motherfucker, what? Don't give a fuck. That's the motto. Don't give a fuck.
Just my
Motherfucker, shit,
type.
that shit's a motto. If you really want to do. We still live? We still live?
All the way live.
You got to feel this beat.
I dare you to satisfy me. I got paper blowing all around me. I'm a hungry man, girl. Eat it all tonight. The night is young, bitch, and it's supper time. So if you're a bad bitch, get on the floor. Get out on the floor. I got the magic down below. You know I got it. And I just got paid, girl. Blow it all tonight, yeah. I'll play you something funky, girl. 'Cause you're just my type. Oh.
Want that. I got to have that. I need it. Come on, lay it on. Yeah. 'Cause we a bad motherfucker. Yes, we are. We some bad motherfuckers. Check us out. It's what we do.
I wanna take my time, girl, yes I can. I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am. Wanna take my time, girl, yes I can. I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am. I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am. I'm a bad mother, I'm a bad mother, I'm a bad motherfucker, honey, yes I am.
Yes, we are. We do this every day. We do this thing again. We so well, right?
DFZRadio.com.
Hey guys, it's Heavy T. As a longtime cultivator in both small and large gardens, both indoor and in greenhouses, I know the number one factor for being successful is to maintain an ideal environment and optimize my airflow. That is why I use and recommend Fantech controllers and EC fans. As the original inventors of the inline fan way back in 1974, Fantech uses the highest quality German motors and has revolutionary impeller technology. The EC fan creates the most efficient and powerful airstream of any fan in its class. And with the new Aeolus controller, maintaining the ideal environment has never been more simple. The Aeolus, with a variety of modes, allows me to control my exhaust and intake fans along with my dampeners from one easy to set up and use interface. And with the two expandable channels, I can maintain temperature set points in two separate spaces. So whether you're a hobbyist in your garage or a commercial greenhouse grower, it's simple. Use what the pros use. Use the Fantech EC fan and Aeolus controller. And if you're a retailer, contact Rambridge, Savant Plant Tech, or Garden Rebels Distribution and order yours today. Fan and controller sold separately.
Coming to grips with measuring pH is a fundamental part of ensuring a successful crop. Of course, having the right nutrient mix is important, but without a slightly acidic pH level, plants won't receive optimal benefits from the nutrients supplied. Blue Lab has a range of pH measurement tools available to help both the commercial and small-scale growers. These include the Blue Lab Guardian Monitor, the Blue Lab Combo Meter, the Blue Lab pH Meter, the Blue Lab pH Pen, and the Blue Lab Soil pH Meter. For more information, visit us online at getbluelab.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Hey, bro, your garden's looking sweet, man. What are you using?
Yeah, man, I'm using a premium cocoa nutrient, Cocoa Tech A and B, man. It's an aggressive formula for increased yield during the flowering phase.
Wow, so this is made specially for cocoa?
You better believe it, man. It comes with easy-to-use two-part formula. Formulated aggressive growth and superior blooms.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah, man. Tell 'em, Bob.
This aggressive formula contains proprietary blends of calcium to ensure your plants thrive. Backed by years of research, Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Nutrients are specifically designed to support and enhance your cocoa core growing experience. Use Cocoa Tech Premium Nutrients with Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Core for optimum results.
Yeah, man.
You are listening to the Heavy T Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy T, Horty Chris, or Dr. Duffman. Killing it.
Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiol 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the Vermi-Bat Guano Fertilizer and the Vermi-Blood Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's vermicrop.com.
Yo, it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
DFZRadio.com.
Eagle 20. If anybody here...
Okay, I'm up right now. That woke me up. Thank you.
Sweeping down from the skies, Eagle 20 spraying your garden.
Oh, what is that? A familiar voice?
Oh my God!
Heavy T Grow Show, baby.
No, not your voice. A less familiar recently, but familiar blast from the past. I think we got Dr. Duffus.
Dr.
in the
Duff.
house.
I made it.
What happened, bro? You quit the show?
I've had flat tires on my bike.
You quit the show.
I didn't quit the show. You guys fired me.
I didn't fire you.
You decided
I just
not to
work
take
here.
a pay cut to allow Jerome to make millions.
Due to budget constraints, we cannot have you come around here anymore, Duff Man.
We asked you to keep coming.
Does that mean I'm fired?
Yeah.
No, bro, no. You got due to budget constraints.
Daddy, I'm ready to go, Dad. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I want to go home.
Yeah, due to budget
But
constraints.
due to lack of content and a lot of female bitching,
Yeah.
Dr. Duff has come back.
Oh, Jesus.
So good to have you back, Duff.
Hey, thanks
You've
for
been
having me.
roofing.
After all the abuse.
How's the roofing?
Roofing's awesome, bro. Getting a great tan out there.
How many bud plants have you stolen off the roofs of people in San Clemente?
You know, that's funny you say that because I have a new product.
Oh, yeah, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you have new Duff roofing products?
Yeah, it's a roofing product.
Tell me more.
I'll tell you.
Lay it on him.
Hey, Duff Man here. I want to let you know about my Dr. Duff roof bed liners. There's a lot of space in your house that could be used for growing that's wasted. It's your roof. And all you have to do with my patent pending little hooks, you go and you nail down the bed liners on your roof. Throw in the soil, man. That's right.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
Lord of mercy.
Throw your seeds into the wind because they're up high, man.
Make sure you're right near the beach, boy.
Run down to walk to your local hydro shop for
right.
Dr. Duff's roof.
And then
contest.
Don't be the black cloud, man.
You get your freaking water hose out and you spray up. You don't have to bend down. You're
Wake the fuck
spraying
up, Unc.
It's the easiest watering job
mesmerized.
ever. That's all you
I'm
got to
just
do.
trying to figure out what the fuck he's talking about,
The
man.
Dr. Duff bed liners grow on your roof. It's wasted space unless you're growing on it. Dr. Duff bed liners, you'll make millions before you know it.
Something like solar systems. You don't need.
No, yeah, that's right. You don't have to use electricity.
Exactly.
You use the sun.
Exactly.
It's sun-driven.
Solar system rooftop.
That's right. You know, if you have the solar panels on it, get rid of those things
It's
and
good
put
for
the
the
bed liner
environment.
up there. Because the bed liner is going to make you way more money than that stupid solar panel.
Speak to the people. Speak to the
Stupid-ass-
people.
Brought to you by Smart Pots and Dr. Duff.
That's right.
Available at all
Y'all better
Walmarts.
order now. They're
This
running
is
out.
not a real
They're
product.
running out.
And I
Keep
got-
going.
I
You
got another
more.
product. I
Go
got
ahead.
one more. I got. Hey, do you have a PPM problem? Do you have an EC problem? Are your TDSs like STDs? Then you got problems, and that's where you need Dr. Duff's EC PPM down.
Do you have chlorella?
That's right. If the numbers are way too whacked out high, put my down in there, and voila! Watch those numbers melt away. EC go down. That's right. Dr. Duff's EC go down. If you have PPM problems, get it now, or you'll be left in the dust with Duff.
So it's like pH adjuster, but
No.
for EC?
Yes.
Why did you just talk
Man.
shit on yourself? You left in the dust.
You know, I heard
the
that.
fuck?
I heard
'Cause
that.
that's the brilliance of his character.
Guys,
Maybe you
I've
should pay
heard
more
that
attention.
product was derived from the yeast that is cultivated exclusively on Dr. Duff's pubes.
Yeah, I just wipe.
And
I
they will
swipe
eat
my
the
balls.
salt away in your reservoir
The
and lower
yeast
your
from
EC.
the armpits of his work shirts from roofing.
The contents are they're Colonel
It
Sanders.
should be left in the dust like Hardy.
So, how much meth did you have could you have potentially bought on the roof so far?
Oh man, I could probably be slabbing meth right now as we speak. And I'd probably be going to like rehab. I'd be at those halfway
If you could
houses.
afford that, if you didn't get
No,
fired.
they're free.
He's at
Apparently they're free.
BreakingBadRoofing.com.
Yeah, you get a lot of roofing done when you do a big old gagger.
Dr. Duff, we talked a little bit earlier
Meth.
about the azadirachtin and scromidyne.
Scromidyne? I know scromidyne.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, please do, because I don't
Check
know what
it
the
out.
fuck he talking about.
If you got
Scromidyne.
big balls,
Give us a beat, come on.
Yeah.
Wave on.
Dr. Duff Man here. Do you need to scrom it and vomit at the same time? Well, smoke a lot of weed, like I do.
And azadirachtin.
And azadirachtin.
Wave on.
The reason he does
Or-
scromets and vomits is because he sprays his weed with azadirachtin.
Yeah, azadirachtin. It's good. And if you have big, long balls like I do, you could scrom it all day long. It's like a trellis netting for your plants. You just spread out your balls. Boom. And it's got yeast on there, so you can start
Whoa.
brewing.
A little pent up, huh, Duff?
He's
I know-
he's just
He
anxious.
had to go
man.
right to the ball
He's just
jug.
anxious, man. He's trying to have. We told him have good energy, right?
Yeah.
So
I
he's
brought
on
the
it, man.
energy. Yes.
He's no wave on.
Scromit it. It's where you vomit and throw up at the same time. I've
And
done the
scream.
news on this
You
shit.
scream and vomit.
Okay, whatever. You're
You're like,
crying. You scream like a little
Is that
dog.
where you go?
Yeah, you're
I've been there. I did that before. What you call it?
Scromiting.
Yeah,
it's very
I've
dangerous.
scromidated. Yeah,
It's like vomiting, but better.
It's probably because you smoke stuff with azadirachtin on it.
Well, I do know from I do know because I stayed in the same hotel
now. That
on Dr. Duff's wedding
I
night,
know it
his
had
wife
VHS.
scromed it.
It had caterpillar shit on it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's not good. That's you get that mold in your lungs.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I got higher off it.
Probably.
Yeah, that shit was like fucking.
Let me bring this in, and thank you very much to Dr. Duff for coming in. Dr. Duff,
thanks.
Have you been looking at the news?
Yeah, I got a little bit of news.
You got a little bit of news too?
A little bit.
What? Dr. Duff is in the house
Dude,
earning those 3
months
beers.
later, he came up with 3 new gigs, man.
Yeah.
We should have him on like quarterly special with Dr. Duff.
Yeah, all right.
Guaranteed to have
Hey,
at
look
least
at
2
his
to 3
hair.
new things.
Look at his haircut. It looks like Connor McDouchebag.
I look good.
Yeah, he's got his cross-country kickball shirt on.
Whenever
too.
I say hi to him, I'm just like,
Hey, does your mommy dress you too?
Fuck yeah. I wouldn't know what to put together if my mama wasn't around.
All right, come on. What do you got?
I got, special report. A dude that was a groundskeeper for a school got the cancers.
In his huevos?
And guess who gave him the cancers?
The Monsantos.
It's the Roundup that principal told him to spray all over I would have been suing the principal, making me fucking spray Roundup around here and shit.
Oh,
But no, you know what? He straight went to Monsanto and sued their ass and fucking won $289 bajillion. But guess what? They're probably not going to pay out.
And he's got a month.
They
to
will
live or
never
something.
get the money, which is sad but true. But the guy's never going to get the fucking money.
Especially because Obama signed that Monsanto Protection Act, which
Well-
basically made it illegal to even sue Monsanto to begin with. And they're going to appeal that. And the Supreme Court has multiple people on it who used to be executives or major stockholders in Monsanto.
Fucking corrupt.
Including Clarence Thomas.
That's so
Pretty
fucked
shady
up.
shit going on out there.
Wow.
Whatever, Horty. You don't even grow.
That's right.
Exactly, bro.
So, yeah, I don't know.
But he know. He don't grow, but he know.
That's right.
shit, Duff grows better shit than Horty.
Calm down, okay?
Jeez, God. Choke. Let's go through the throat tonight. All right, here. Guess
You
what?
haven't been here for a couple weeks.
Do you guys like Cheerios?
Yeah, why not?
You do?
Honey nut.
Honey nut.
Don't
with a little
fuck me up,
extra
dog.
honey.
Don't fuck
Lucky
me
Charms.
up.
Do you guys like Lucky Charms?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you tempting us?
How about
You know,
Quaker?
he's about to fuck us up because
I
I
only
ate
eat a
Cheerios yesterday.
I separated all the marshmallows.
There's really
Well-
no bad cereal.
Those are just a few of the things that are on the market that will give you fucking cancer from
Exactly,
Monsanto.
yeah, he's right,
It's got
he's
Roundup
right.
shit in there.
Allegedly.
What the fuck?
Allegedly.
No, it's
What
not
about the
allegedly.
marshmallow?
This shit is found. They just found
Allegedly.
Factual.
pesticides.
He's very factual.
These
He's
breakfast
very factual.
foods contain pesticides.
Dr. Duff's views and reports do not
Glyphosate.
represent DFZ
Dude, my
Radio
mom
Heavy Tea.
wore my ass
Glyphosate.
eating
That's
marshmallows
glyphosate,
only.
which is what's in Roundup.
Glyphosate. That's
Glyphosate,
Roundup.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So there it is. They are testing our foods and finding it in our
And
foods.
so many foods. So many.
And a
foods.
shitload of foods. That was just a few
Because
of the
they spray all the
of
crops
the
with it.
brands that I see.
Man, I got
here.
a half a box of fucking Cheerios at home, dude.
You better. That's just gonna give you fucking butt cancer.
Hey, you know what? I got a half a box of Kleenex at home. I'm gonna use it all up, long.
So we can't eat Cheerios or Honey Nut?
No, you can't eat any shit. You can't eat anything. You can't breathe. You
You
can't
gotta
drink.
grow your own.
Can't eat.
Man,
You gotta go
fuck,
to
man.
get the knockoff Cheerios.
Monsanto owns all these fucking brands, all these food brands, all kinds of shit
Through
you guys don't even know
ConAgra.
about.
I
Yeah.
really miss Dr. Duff's news.
Right,
So,
I do too.
you know, there's a kind of it's fuck. It's fucked.
Yeah, how many fuck?
Fuck.
Hey, Duff, did you know?
Now we got so depressed all of us.
Tell me
Yeah,
about your
I'm
next
sad.
story.
The
Lift
next
me
story?
up. Lift me up.
Yeah, please.
Well, a naked man exercising at Planet Fitness got busted when he told the cop this is a judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
That's what he thought.
Oh, they put that up.
Yes.
Look at
Man,
this
leave
smart
the man
guy.
alone. Shit, if he want to waggle this little wiggly waggle out there, man, what the
Hey,
fuck?
not
Leave
where
him
I'm paying my private membership on.
Well, it's a judgment-free zone, so get your freaking P's and Q's right. If I want to be judgment-free, don't
Right.
be judging on me,
Exactly.
Judge Judy.
Right.
Where you at?
then
Clarence
why was I
Thomas Judge?
shamed into wearing training
So
bra
then what
there?
happened with the cops when he told them that? They
Well,
arrested him anyway.
Yeah, he got fucking arrested.
So he's gonna sue now. And
Yeah. So now he's gonna own a Planet Fitness. It's gonna be his own naked Planet Fitness.
Wow. See how shit go?
Yep, just go get.
Only
What else,
America.
Duff?
Yeah, well, dude, enough horsing around, guys. Ha. Another dude has been found in the stables fondling a freaking farmer's freaking horse, man.
What? Someone else did that too? I
This
never in
is-
my life heard of
I
that.
have crazy stories about the horses. They're getting fucking
Fondled by men?
by dudes.
Did the horse win the race?
How
Did
the
horse-
fuck do you find stories like this? This is some fucked up shit right
Hey,
there.
maybe it might.
He goes like, you know
The
what's
world
good,
of Duff
dude?
is always open to
Dude,
news.
dude.
You can't
Hey,
be
you know
closed
what's good?
minding yourself.
What are you looking up?
Look,
You know
y'all
what's
not
good?
He
looking-
finds it when he's
Flipboard.
Googling porn.
Listen.
He's like
I
dude
bet,
fondling horse.
I was like,
And he finds a news
new
story
video,
about it.
new video.
I bet on race horses, and if a trainer could beat a horse's meat and make that horse win that fucking race, beat that bitch meat, man. Let him fucking win. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you
was
don't
it a
beat his
trainer?
meat, so he's all like horned up and
Well,
ready to
that's
run
true
his
now.
ass off.
If it's a crooked race and you got the favorite,
And you gotta make
don't want him to win because you
Yeah.
want to.
Ah.
You know what I'm
Uncuse
saying?
train
Let it beat
horses.
let it beat him off.
And make
then.
sure that horse takes a shit on the way out, so
But
it's
you
not
know-
running with a
Wait,
fucking
you're
load
not,
on.
you're
him.
not imagining the picture. Now, if he's beating a horse's meat, I've seen horses have sex. If you ever seen horses have sex,
I've seen a donkey show.
that's a big fucking job for this
Mexico.
dude to be beating his horse's meat, dog.
Stop
Them
talking
horses
about your
don't
honeymoon.
have no
It
little
takes
dick,
like probably
dog.
a couple people like Shaq's
Thank
hands.
you. You know what? You know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Shaq's
Yeah.
hands.
Ain't no
The
way
shit looks
no
like-
one dude could beat that horse's dick, dog.
Right.
That horse dick
And
way
you know,
too
now
big,
that I
dog.
know this, I have to say, I used to think that like horse trainer people made way too much fucking money. But now I'm like, damn, they don't get paid enough because they sometimes have to beat off a horse.
That's what
I don't
happens.
care how much you pay me. I'm not trying to beat off a horse.
That's what happens when you spend too much time at the farm.
It's worse when they start saying use your mouth.
Oh,
Man, I'm sorry about that, dog.
well, this happened in
Maybe
Australia.
Dr. Phil would talk to you about it.
This is happening in Australia. The guy's busted, and
Oh, mate.
freaking owner
That guy's a
found it.
legend.
He's like, "Oh, dude, something's wrong with my horse. Put cameras in there. There's cameras.
Wow,
new
dog,
new
this
porn
shit
video.
crazy, huh, bro?
That shit's on the internet. I
pull
checked
that
it out.
I got this
GoPro 4.2.
You got any more news? That was a
big
pretty good one,
news.
too.
Yeah, that was big news.
Oh yeah,
We need Duff and short bursts. See, I told you it'd be good.
Right.
yeah, I got it. That's it.
What do you
That's
mean
all you
that's
got.
it?
Chunk of women's. Oh, the Texas woman accused of biting a chunk of a woman's nose off and swallowing it. She went cannibal on this bitch. She got in a
Damn.
fight.
Was it spice? Was it the spice epidemic?
She got in a
2017.
Was it over a
Basalt.
dude?
It was over us meth.
Oh,
She has meth
Spice.
face.
it was over meth?
Yeah, it was over meth.
Damn.
She didn't get the right amount in the
I would say
teener.
some dude was fucking the shit out of those bitches.
She was like,
Got
I
to
gotta
the
go
point where
roofing.
one bit the other one's nose off and swallowed it.
You know what I'm saying,
Right?
bro?
She's like, I gotta go fucking roofing tomorrow. And the fucking bitch is like, well, this is all I got. She's like, fuck you. And she's like, and then fucking bit her nose off like animal cannibal style and Hannibal Lecter.
She won't be snorting her shit anymore, huh?
No, she's gonna straight go mainline in it.
All right.
Shoot
Well,
it up.
thank
And
you
that-
very
Damn.
much, Dr. Duff. That was the world according to
some
Duff,
nose.
brought to you by Nanolux. Go to
I ask one-
nanoluxted.com. No, motherfucker.
Thank you.
Listen.
It's important.
Listen.
What?
I'm a 40-year-old fool with a bad knee.
Yeah, I got a bad knee too, and I'm like 40.
I don't know how to find how the man beat the horse dick up. That's important information, man.
Well,
the public
yeah,
need to
just
know.
post that on your IG.
We
You
gotta
got
go
enough
look up the
followers.
video. It's closed circuit TV.
I put on that
CCTV.
man beats horse dick. It don't come up.
Hey, check it out, Unc. You just moved real close to Los Alamitos racetrack.
Yeah.
And you can just drive over there
Hey,
early
go catch-
before the races and just
Fine.
ask a trainer like, hey,
Hey, which one of
how
you's
the
beating
fuck
that
do y'all you shake their hand and be like, your hand don't feel like it's big enough for just you to be beating that horse's meat. So
You haven't seen it? It's a glove. It's a long glove.
Do some research.
It looks like a huge canteen made by
it
Native
looks like
Americans.
a huge penis pump.
Yeah.
Like they,
Uncle
yeah,
Kimo
on
goes,
dirty
"I-
jobs. That's how
But
they
it's
do
all
it.
leather.
They want
I
me to
just
go
don't get
undercover
it.
for a horse beat me dick. Undercover dick.
It's basically like
detective.
one of those fleshlights for a horse. So they don't technically have to like rub it with their hands. They just hold the fucking big tube in there, like two people, one on each side.
And then they
with
get a
handle grips.
They get a
just say-
fake horse with pheromones and where
yeah.
it jumps up on top and they just
Yeah,
hold
right.
it
They
like
hold it underneath and they like hook the
Mr.
dick
Ed-
in there, like woo woo woo,
That
like some
Mr. Ed
prostitute
shows up.
Hey,
trick.
you were raised riding horses. How come I know more about the horses fucking than you do?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm closer to Mexico.
Yeah, I wasn't
He
worried.
worked for the postal service when they still rode horses.
Yeah, he
Shit.
did. He was delivering on horse.
I was trying to be nice to you, Jerome, all right? Clean that fucking beard out a little bit, man.
Damn right.
Man,
That
she
shit's
likes the
fucked
way
up.
it would tickle, man. Come on.
All right, guys. Now listen, we had a grand prize question, and I want to give our special guest, Dr. Duff, a chance to answer it.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, because he's roofing. He needs it. The grand prize question was, what is the combined weight of Heavy T, Jiggity Jerome, and Horty Chris?
But they can go over as long as they're
say
within Duff's weight.
7.
Now you can go over. It's.
I said that, dude.
The closest without going over. We already said the closest
like
without
Price
going
is
over.
right, but Duff's
Listen. Stop confusing the listeners.
Don't confuse them.
All right. What did you say?
I'm going with 780.
Thank you. I feel slim now.
I like
I
you,
give
man.
a guess too.
That's
I
a
mean,
good guess.
I didn't know the
Yeah,
number.
thank
I
you.
mean, y'all didn't tell me the number. I get a shot.
Okay, go ahead.
How you come up with 7? I'm looking at 3, 6, 9. Fuck.
Goose drank
And I ain't stopped yet. Hold up. 3, 6, 9.
I'm negative 10.
Goose drank
9.
wine.
Damn, you fine.
All right. What do you got, Don?
Go ahead, take a guess one more time.
Give me 37.52.
37.52.
Yeah.
Pounds or keep?
You should have said
ounces?
$1.
Damn.
We're just going down
They're
the
not
line.
trying to ask how fucking heavy our dicks
Motherfucker.
are.
No, man,
Shut
that's
them
it.
all off.
11,
Please. I just need to end this.
Are we taking a commercial?
I know.
before the
I just need
grand
to
prize?
end this misery. This is a wrap, and then we're going to read the news.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, rap it.
Line 1. What is the combined weight of Heavy T, Horty Chris, and Jiggity Jerome? Bob. Bob.
Hey, guys.
Bob, stop trying to Google our weight.
No, I'm driving. Sorry. Hey, I'm gonna say I'm gonna just double up 420 and say 840.
All right, Bob has 840. That's your guess. Stay on the line, Bob. Stay on the line. That was a solid guess.
That's
a
it.
good
We have Daniel in Kentucky. Daniel, what's your guess?
705.
705. Thank you so much. I feel stealth.
Oh, he was confused by that.
Did you factor in my loss of hair and how much that was?
This isn't golf. The lowest score doesn't win.
I
It's
gave
gotta be
y'all a
close.
big clue. I told y'all
Unk.
900.
Dude, that's like 3 Uncimos, right?
Unk, what it is. Whoever is closest without going over. That's what we said, right, gentlemen?
Right, so they're trying to
So
play.
they
those-
We
scared
can't.
of
We're
the
not
$1.
changing. We're
Trying to
not
get within
changing
the
the rules
ball.
midstream,
They're
Jerome.
scared.
Thanks,
Hey,
man.
look, dog.
Keep going, Heavy T. This is fun.
Ruben in Whittier. Come on, Ruben. Ruben.
Oh, 562 blazing.
That's right. 562 Blazy. I'm going with 710. I'd rather be slightly under than over.
Oh shit.
Slightly.
I feel skinny as fuck.
I hope you guys are all listening to the other people's bids.
All right, we have George in Lake Elsinore.
Yo, what's good, players?
What's up, George?
You know what's good.
Shit, you already know. I want to say 675.
675.
Man, you don't have to be nice. You
All right,
can
everyone,
make
stay
shit.
on hold real quick. Now, this is the thing, guys, is that I actually weigh myself on the reg, being fat and wanting not to die on a regular basis. I weigh myself just to make sure how much Jack in the Box added on the night before.
Right. Do I get the Coke with it, or do I get the iced tea?
Exactly. So I know my weight pretty much within a couple pounds at any time. You guys gave me your weights. So we're going to go off what you gave me. But for next week, I'm bringing a scale
Let's
in.
do it.
Do it.
And if these are off,
By how much? By
It's
more
'cause
than
you're
how
fat
much?
ass lied, dog.
By more than how
no,
much?
I didn't lie. I think we're going to do it for real next week with the scale up in this bitch.
I'm gonna shave.
All right, and
There go 200
and,
pounds.
and if one of these other gentlemen were closer, then I'm going to give it to them. But so we have at the end of the table coming in at a very svelte
You don't have to announce
285 pounds, reigning Virginia, Michigan, Pittsburgh, and Huntington Beach champion, Chris Horty Control winning. That's 285 for Chris. Across the table, lying through his fucking teeth, seen him destroy 14 double-doubles in one sitting. Grow off, second place champion. First place with weight,
Jerome the Gnome
Jiggity!
420. 420.
Comes in at 242.
Fuck, man.
Point zero,
I'm looking at 900 pounds. What the fuck I'm on?
Hey, I mean,
Hey, don't talk
242?
about my
Damn,
dick
I hope
so
to get there
nice.
soon.
I think that's gonna be north of that. But myself, of course, host and creator
You can say it.
of DFZ Radio and Heavy T Grow Show, otherwise known as Heavy Titties, coming in at 301 pounds, world champion of everything that includes growing over these fools and fucking bitches and getting money and all that shit.
And lying.
Heavy Tizzle. 301 pounds for a total of 837 pounds.
We
Bob
have a
the
winner.
Gardner
We have a
went
winner.
over. Wait. Bob the Gardner went over at 840, so without going over,
Bob the Gardner went
the
over.
closest
Oh, shit.
was Ruben from Whittier at 710 pounds. Can you believe this, Ruben?
Wow.
Go Dodgers! Beat the
Giants!
Yes, indeed. Yes,
I told you to go
indeed.
with the $1.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Bob was within 3 pounds, though.
Hey, Bob, and I'm sorry because
Hold on, let's bring Bob up.
At first,
Hey, Bobby.
Bob, I said whoever was closest,
You on, Bob.
regardless of whether they went over or under. But Jerome said it should be the Showcase Showdown, so you can't go over. So, unfortunately, man, 3 pounds you
Yeah,
lost,
that was the
Bob,
rules,
man.
baby. Sorry, that was the rules.
I thought about lying by 5 pounds, and then you would have totally won, so my bad, but I just kept it real because
Okay, well, this is what I think is if we bring the scale in next week, because
When you
these
got a
guys right
shed
here,
like
Bob, are lying.
when you got a tool like
your
this, you gotta build a
840 is
roof
less.
over it.
840 is less.
Yo, at least y'all have a good idea of what the number should be next week.
Did
so
you
when
just
it
say
comes
that you made a mistake, Steve Harvey? And 840 is actually less
I'll
and
be
he
surprised
wins?
if you guys
No,
even
I
fucking
think that
remember.
840 is the real weight of your fucking fat asses are way less. I'm the only
still
I'm the
say
only real
900.
motherfucker that's on this
We're going to
panel.
find out next week. Next Wednesday.
Yeah, allegedly Jerome gets 14 pounds of plant too. All right. Ruben, thank you so much, man. Make sure you sign up. Tonight's the last night for the Dodger
Nobody
sweepstakes
gets
in the
40
Skybox.
unless you're outdoors.
I did a long time ago.
Love you, brother. You stay good. Make sure Mark gets your information. This is the Heavy T Grow Show. Uncimo in the house. We had a good time tonight. Dr. Duff, man, you came back with the vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm proud of you, man.
You still look like an asshole, and I want to fuck you up every single time I see your fucking face. But
wanna
That's a
fuck
lot
you
of
up.
love right there. That's a lot of love.
I still want to punch you in the face, too.
I'm just digging that your armpits aren't all sweated out and shit.
I know you're off the pill.
Yeah,
It's a polyester.
Is that what it is? Hey,
Yeah.
that Under
Can't
Armour,
you
man,
feel all the
saving
love?
guys' lives, huh? Right,
Yeah, it
player?
does.
Look, can't you
Congratulations.
just be
Looking
fucking
good, man.
nice,
Thank
you
you.
guys?
You just
Like,
feel all the love.
I am
huh,
being
bro?
nice,
There's
asshole.
no fucking love tonight.
Oh, my
Then you smack him in the face.
You just fucking assaulted this guy.
Workers' comp. Workers' comp.
Other than that,
Man, we're
we
doing-
out.